Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Chatting with the Common Community, the last episode of the year. Thank God, because 2020 has been a disaster, but we're going to talk about the good things that happened. I am joined by my fellow co-host, Big Will.
I have arrived.
And on time, too, compared to last time, so it was...
Hey. There's a difference between being on time and late and then last time. Half the show went by.
But hey, you know, when it comes to my show, 2 hours can go by and you still got time to jump on.
Yep.
And now we got JB back here. What's up, JB?
Yeah. What's going on? What's going on?
Yeah. Not much, man. Just going to do a last stream of the year, reflection, the stuff we got, the fun times we had on the internet.
I got to try and do one more stream, and then I'll be done for the year.
Nice.
Got to get that one last stream out.
I'll do a couple.
Yeah.
I'll do some.
How you doing, JB?
Good, man. I'm still in my pajamas, man. I mean, it's been a whirlwind. I'll tell you what. We watched Wonder Woman last night, the whole family. I've got my mother-in-law in town, and we didn't start that thing until like 9:30, which was it's a 2.5-hour movie. So I mean, the midnight is way past my bedtime. Yeah. The kids are still sleeping. I mean, dude, it's 11 o'clock in the morning over here on Saturday, and I haven't heard a peep out of nobody.
Dude,
that's how exhausted we were from Christmas.
We were legitimately off air talking about Mulan and Wonder Woman 84.
I was disappointed with Mulan, I'll be honest with you.
Dude.
I was disappointed with Wonder Woman 84. Let's just go there.
It's stuck so bad. I was just telling Sean he hasn't seen it. They turned the Falcon into a witch woman. They took away Mushu, the cricket,
Mushu's
and the horse. There was no Great Wall.
Nope. It's stupid. It's just, but you know which way? Did you guys watch Soul?
I have not seen
that yet.
It was great. It was great. Man. He's a jazz teacher.
Yeah, and
he's a music teacher, but he wants to. He's never gotten his break, and oh man, it was so good, so good. Disney, man. Jesus.
Definitely. Well, I want to see that. I didn't know it was on. It's on like regular. No extra charge. It's just on.
No, just on Disney. Yeah, we watched it yesterday. We watched.
I need to watch that.
It yesterday. And then Wonder Woman 84. I don't know if you want to get into it, but that was a long movie.
Well, he was saying that it was not great. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. And he was saying that it was too long. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to try and do it today.
Sometimes you just want to take. What do they say? You want to step out of the trees to look at the forest or something like that. If you take a look back and just go, what was the overall story arc about? It's kind of stupid.
I felt the same way, especially with the villain. I was like, what is his whole point? What is his whole motivation? And as you get through the movie, I'm like, yo, this dude ain't really had no motivation, no plot whatsoever.
Now, see, that makes me worried. Because he's an excellent villain in the books.
Yeah, watch you don't have HBO Plus, though. Okay. Geez, wait for it to come out on the DVD.
Dude, I have HBO.
Oh, you have HBO Max? Oh, then watch it.
I just haven't got around to watching it yet.
You're just gonna watch it. Yeah, you got to invest your 2.5 hours. So there is an end credit. There is an end credit. I thought the end credit was great. Because of course in the first. I don't want to ruin that credit now. Screw it. But
Don't.
That was a nice.
Was great. And that end credit was great. And there was some parts in the movie I liked, but I was like, for as long as the movie was, it didn't satisfy me.
Now, the explanation of how she manipulated her power, one of her powers, I had to try to explain to my kids because they were like, "Can't she fly?" Well, yes and no. I mean,
look,
hold on, let me explain. And then how they actually showed how that she did it and what she was doing, we're like, well, fuck, that totally makes sense. Yeah, hell yeah, she can fly. Makes sense.
It's been inconsistent when it came to her and flying. I will say that.
But realistically, he's said it. Flying is about flying through the air and learning to manipulate that air.
Yeah.
Big Rainbow, man, how you doing?
What's up, Reem?
Chilling, man. Trying to
Look good.
get back into the swings. I know I got to go back to work on Monday.
Oh man,
I took Monday off to have a 5-day weekend.
I got next Friday off still. So it's got to be a better one.
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, I haven't seen His Dark Materials, but the girl who stars in that is I forget her name, but she was Laura Kinney in The Wolf and Logan.
Ooh,
She was in there?
her.
Yeah, she was X-23 Laura Kinney in Logan, the little girl who's the lead in His Dark Materials. I forget her name.
I think
Christmas
Daphne
was exhausting, Kachun. Christmas
Yeah,
was
Daphne Keaton.
Daphne Keaton.
Yeah. So she's probably great in the show.
So, Puff, you said this is the reflection on 2020. Looking back, what was your earliest memory of 2020 YouTube wise? Is there any show that because I have one specifically that I'm going to reference here. There's a show I did early. Maybe I'll go first so you get an example of what I'm talking about. Early in January, February, I was on Modern Men and we had to review what were the movies coming out in 2020 for Marvel. None of them came out. We went through the whole show, about what were you most excited for? Oh, Eternals is slated for December. That's got to be the big one. Oh, no, but actually their summer release is really the one. So it's going to be Black Widow. Well, we still ain't seen either one of these movies. So that was the earliest memory of 2020 when I look back at the end of the year. Like, man, so much excitement in January about this year.
Like my YouTube experience is like there was 2 episodes, actually 3 episodes that I did on YouTube. 2 of them on my channel, one on another's. The first one was getting California Blend to come on my show, and that whole build up to MegaCon, which didn't happen. But to do that episode and just talk to her about her artwork and how her process was amazing. Oh yeah, that was brutal. Hey,
that was a bad show. That
was brutal.
Yeah, that was.
They had to come and mess up the good memories I'm about to bring up.
Load up the mojo.
Man,
when you were talking about the build up to MegaCon, I was actually going to be at MegaCon with Biggie Shaq and his family. So it was good. I was ready for that. That was going to be a big event, and then that was the first of the big dominoes to drop that said no.
And I remember from February going on to March, I was like, man, we hope this thing don't grow, and it just kept growing and growing, and then they shut the whole thing down. Mm-hmm. It was devastating. Crazy. So that episode was special. Then the show I did with Black females and their role in comic books and stuff. That was a huge episode for me, to bring Black women on to talk about comic books and TV shows and stuff like that. I really enjoyed doing that episode, and hopefully we can do it again. And then the third one was on when I was introduced as a new member of the Comic Hall and Roundtable discussion. That was like a special moment for me, to be accepted by those brothers, and they say, Sean, you're a member of the group now. I'll be on the show every Saturday night. That was a fun experience for me. It's like last year in 2019, I made my first appearance on Silver Age Sundays, and that was a blast on the live stream. And then now I'm accepted into another group. So
nice.
It was awesome. So those are like my 3 highlights of the year on YouTube.
Well,
YouTube.
I don't remember what was in this year, what was in the year before. And I have no big YouTube thing that stands out, but I do know one thing I was saying to you guys when all the stuff was getting shut down was, hey, my con's still going on, you should come. It happened. It went on, and it's going on this year, or excuse me, 2021. So if you want a guaranteed convention, come to the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo, April 9th through 11th.
Fly to Alabama is what you're saying.
Hey, it's a lot shorter trip than Florida.
Hey, you had my mind. I'll shed tears for that.
Well, hey, Al, if you're watching, you definitely know they're going to do it next year. So be in line. And hey, if you still have your ticket stub thing, they'll allow that to be used for 2021. They'll honor it.
Nice.
But yeah, it's cheaper flying into Huntsville than it would be Orlando. So
thanks, Daryl.
Think about it.
Hey, man. Hey, I didn't know we was going to be out of con in December until Bueller said that he was coming to Florida. And that was another huge moment, going to finally meet Bueller.
Way to close the year.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the bigger events that happened in the comic book community to close the year. Yeah, man, look at all the crazy stuff that happened to some of the different channels. Bueller has his own exclusive comic book now. He had his own first exclusive comic book cover.
Yeah.
And so did Gem Mint and Very Gary. I mean, just little guys like us doing covers, their own covers. It's amazing year.
Yeah, for what this year has done to us, what we've done as a community has stand out the most. And Hialeah brought up the devastating thing with Kobe. I remember when I got news that Comic Jabroni passed.
Oh,
and I was on a live stream when that happened. And I remember when I saw the post, I was like, what? And I'm scrambling, seeing all this stuff about R.I.P. Jabroni and stuff. And I was devastated. That really hit hard, when he passed away. Like, I remember, oh my God, Chris passed away early in the year.
That's right.
And that was devastating. But Jabroni, he was like full of energy and full of life. And I got to be on a few streams with him. And to hear that really like a gut punch. It was a gut punch.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
What's up, Squatchy?
But 2020 has kind of been it's been a blur, just with everything going on and still working and going through that and dealing with my family. And honestly, it seems like my daughter's 2 school years kind of blended into each other. She left and started again. It was just kind of weird. Like it seems like she's been in 2 different school years and just there's just been a lot of stuff. But the only thing that I can say is having my family close to me and being with them, pretty much 24/7, and then being able to jump on with you guys to kind of get a break from that is kind of like, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because I don't even I talk to you guys more than I get to talk to like my brother, you know what I mean? And he's 30 miles down the road, you know what I mean? But with everybody dealing with, their lives and everything, it's like you don't even get a chance to, be around each other as much as you would like to, you know what I mean? So, I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate Sean for accepting me and bringing me on, and Baked Snake for popping the old cherry, you know what I mean, at the beginning during the draft, and bringing me on and kind of getting me into the whole groove, not being, so I wasn't so nervous about, being on lives and stuff like that. So it was cool, I the community's great, I think it's great, man.
Most definitely, man.
That's interesting, yeah. Wow, Edwin's birthday was on the 24th. Joker M21, welcome to the stream. And Joker, I think about all the channels that still had major milestones, that still grew, that still broke that 1,000 subscriber mark in the calendar year of 2020, and that are very close to 2021. I mean, you got NYC and Biggie Shaq. There's guys that are right on the cusp of potentially getting it before the end of the year. So the community grew by leaps and bounds. What about the week to week? I felt that the week to week new comic book day hype on a character just transferred from Punchline to Venom, whatever that guy's name was, to Thor, to, I mean, it just felt like every week there was some, hot new crazy book that was getting sold, flipped for stupid money, based on some character that was basically just revealed. Now, out of all those ones that were revealed, I actually think Punchline's got a shot of being one that's going to be hanging around for a little while. But the other ones, Black Winter,
the prices of bigger books this year is one insane.
You said Punchline, JB?
Prior to this year, did anybody give a rat's ass about Marvel previews? I mean, what the fuck is that? Seriously, prior to 2020, buddy, did anybody care about that kind of stuff?
No.
I feel like, man, I was supposed to be keeping my Marvel previews. Gee, mini Christmas.
It's crazy.
It's funny because my LCS will give me like 2 of them, and so I just kind of fatten the bag, and I'm like, dude, I don't want all these. But then now it's like, well, I'll just put them off to the side. You never know. Somebody might want one.
And then to close the year, because now think of 2020, we had Mandalorian, which was just a game changer, right?
No.
But is there anything hotter than Star Wars? In any niche, Star Wars is on fire. Lego, Star Wars. Action figure, Star Wars. Funko Pops. I mean, Star Wars is the hottest thing jumping right now, and every comic book is on fire.
I mean, like ever since this season of Mandalorian out, almost all the Dark Horse books are spiking.
Yeah.
Like people are going after the Dark Horse books.
What's going to come to fruition? But I mean, I just think it's all a bubble about to burst. The only Star Wars that I think is long term is that 1978 Marvel series, that series 1. That's the one I'm gonna bank on. And I know that that's not the hottest books right now. I think the hottest book is the Ahsoka. And the canon, those are the hot dollar books. But how could you not think that the first appearance of Yoda or Boba Fett isn't gonna or freaking Chewbacca or Han Solo isn't a better investment? Isn't a Star Wars 2 a better investment than the first appearance of Ahsoka? I don't know. Just saying.
I would definitely go after the Marvel one, the original Marvel series.
Yeah. I think.
Yo,
how's your day going? We talking about our year. What this year meant to you in terms of being in the community on YouTube.
well, first off, I've gotten to be on your show and meeting so many people in this community, and then with Hialeah being on the football show with those guys, it's been absolutely awesome. And I will say this. Just these shows have given me so much just because the last 8-9 months now being basically quarantined and being able to communicate with people, like-minded people, has been game changer for me. So that's my biggest thing for 2020, except for my man over here. He knows what I'm talking about. I'm watching my lines right now.
Get destroyed.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
And let me not forget Hialeah too, and Javi Conquistador, because they let me come on their shows too, man. And I'm a nobody, and they just accepted me in, and just and last but not least, Stone Cold Steve, man. Those guys are great.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Those guys are great.
Good stuff.
Yeah, like those guys really helped accept me onto the Silver Age Sunday show when I met them at Tampa, and ever since then we just been like great friends. Whenever they said, "Hey, we going hunting today," or "We coming up to Orlando," I'm like, I can't wait because I know it's going to be a fun day hunting and stuff. Yeah. And just hanging out with those guys was great.
And then D, getting me into the whole conspiracy thing. So he's bringing me on his show, trying to get me to talk about stuff talking about.
That's another thing that what I love doing with my show, and you guys doing the conspiracy show and football show. Like comics brings us together, and then it leads us to do other discussions about things that's not comic book related.
Yeah.
Whether it's movies, cartoons, video games, and stuff like that. we always have something that we could talk about. I mean, hell, Big Will knows this because we did a whole show on death metal music. You know, I'm the odd person out, but I was enjoying the conversation.
Hey, JB and I just got through doing a show with Metarog, and our topic was Jesus this morning. And believe it or not, we had some comic books that we could show.
Can you believe that? We ended up integrating, Jesus in comic books and how many, where were his appearances in Marvel, and he's had some appearances in Marvel comics. So
isn't there a whole comic book about like Jesus right now? Like it's an independent comic.
No.
Yeah, that's more of it.
Not
yeah,
really.
people won't acknowledge it, but yes, there is a comic book right now called.
Is it almost kind of like
Second Coming
parody though, or something like that?
It is a parody. Yeah, it's more of a comedy type thing.
I remember my old LCS had a book, and it was Jesus. It was from probably, I'm guessing, the 60s maybe. It made me think, what's the first appearance in comics of Jesus?
Right.
I know the first appearance was in the Bible, but
yeah, right.
I got a question for you because something else kind of happened. Something else kind of interesting happened in our community. When I say our community, the comic book, community in YouTube. Kind of the evolution of shows and what you think the future of the shows are for 2021. One of the things we saw an explosion of selling comic books. We'll acknowledge that. There's a ton of auctions, way more in 2020 than there were in 2019. I mean, we were seeing 2 and 3 a night on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. You could have 4 open. There's just tons of opportunities to buy comic books. At minimum, it doubled. It just exploded. But one of the things that I saw also kind of explode in popularity, and I think is going forward, is the game shows. Man, a couple of the comic book game shows in our community are just awesome, and I can see them growing going forward. And I'm talking about Comigories. If you guys are not watching Comigories, man, it is just
that's the best.
Fantastic. The way they've got it set up with the poll and then the interaction of the people watching, being able to send pictures to the people on the panel so that you can share. It's just like brings the whole thing full circle that you've got this huge interactive crowd happening, that they're contributing to the show. They're voting and they're determining the people that are going on with the clock. Man, I just think the game show in 2021 could be the really big thing that explodes.
Categories was honestly my by far biggest traumatic event of the year. I was on there and it was the most epic fail. I honestly, at the end of that show, I was worried that I had ruined the show. I was so bad.
Oh, man.
30 seconds is not very long.
Nothing. It is so stressful, 30 seconds. Yeah. That's why I could never be on it. He's been invited me. I'm like, I couldn't find anything in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Same with me. I was like, 30 seconds is just a heart attack waiting to happen trying to find a comic.
Yeah.
And I also saw
someone just asks me, let alone being on a time limit.
I also think that we saw a boom in our community of collaborations towards the end. We saw some big team ups. We saw some really big channels teaming up together. When you see Comic Tom and Gem Mint, teaming up to put out content, and how a Simple Man's teams up with a Burke family to release comic books and turn it into some news. There's a lot of cool things that happened in our community in 2020, and I'm really excited about 2021.
Same, like there's still a lot of people that I haven't interacted with in terms of doing these shows or jump on another show with. Like I've been on a show with Metarog, but I have yet to have more on my show. I would love to have Metarog on, and members of other chats and groups. So, like I said, the community is pretty large. When you look at the amount of shows and videos coming out. I mean, shout out to Rod, Justin Rican, for the shout out show that he does every Sunday, because he puts people on a lot of new channels, and just to help the community grow.
Yep, and Rod was the receiver from the Grails people, the Grayley people sent him that thing.
Yes.
Rod.
still,
Yeah,
like-
he got the anonymous.
I still notice
Right.
channels where there's a whole community that they have, and then I'll kind of go into their chat, and I don't recognize like any of the names,
Anybody.
and like if I go on what's it called, the Savage, what's his name,
Thorough.
Burrow. Yeah, when you go in his chat, like a lot of those people I don't see in other chats with everything else.
Mhm.
He's got just the biggest following as a lot of people, like, you know what I mean? But I've seen
yeah.
people who are on his panel on shows with like Sean, or you know what I mean? But it doesn't necessarily translate, and that's still yet to come, you know what I mean? So there's still a whole, like you said, it's a huge community, and what I enjoy is the willingness to collaborate, you know what I mean, or the willingness to accept people on shows, you know what I mean? Like I think JB, you had a big part in that because you always allowed people to come on your platform, even if it was for the auction that you kind of got thrown into. Like, oh, I guess I'll host the auction on Saturday.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean?
kind of how that happened. Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then that kind of led people to, kind of meeting other people, you know what I mean, for better or for worse, in some cases. But, and for the most part, it's been all good, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's cool too. I mean, hopefully I'll get my channel up and running, and I'll be able to do certain things like that, because there's nothing like being able to connect dots, you know what I mean, and put people together.
exactly.
Can, go on to be better,
I will say this: I've had my channel for 6 years. The first couple years, I didn't really reach out, but the last 3 years, I was reaching out to people, and people was like, "Nah, we don't want to." They didn't want to collaborate. This year, I've really seen it a lot more. I've talked to people, and they're like, "Sure, I'd love to do it with you." And I don't know, was it just because of the pandemic this year? But
people have nothing but time right now.
Yeah, so many people were just like, "Yeah, no."
I mean, I remember before the pandemic hit, I was trying to get a friend from Instagram, Diecast Cook, on the show. But, he's a cook. He works at a restaurant, so he's busy on the weekends. Pandemic hit, shut down the restaurants. And then, all of a sudden he was freed up and he was able to come on my show for the first time, I think at least 3 times, before, work start coming back for him. Yeah. But, I'm always trying to reach out. I got the Quest for Legends on the show. I know JB used on that show when we was talking about favorite comic book storylines. Mm-hmm. And he was on there, and we had a blast talking about, comic stories. And
I very rarely turn down opportunities to collaborate.
I'm always open to it.
But some people in your position, JB, would turn it down. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't want to tarnish my platform.
Yeah, some people are building brands.
Yeah.
I'm a stay-at-home dad. This ain't no freaking brand. Some people that are building brands, and huge respect. I am a big supporter of like a Reggie. A Reggie Collects. I'm a Patreon supporter of Reggie's. I love his content, but he's building a brand, and he picks and chooses which collaborations are going to further that brand.
Yeah.
Based in, as you can see from his last collaboration, but hey, he does some great stuff. I'm a big fan.
But you, if you follow him, that's what he's doing, so you're not offended. You got to get.
Yeah, you're not going to see Reggie on the Savages. You're not going to see him making appearances.
You might, but
maybe.
But I mean, as far as he's not going to do his live streams and stuff are direct. His content is direct, so it's not like you're going to be able to jump. You got to fit into that. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing things that are kind of further.
Well, like you said, when he was doing things, on the kitchen counter, he would tell us, "Hey, this is where I think I'm going to try and go," and where he's gone.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. You know what I mean? You can't. I never knock anyone's hustle. You know what I mean?
No. I'm not knocking the hustle. I understand that, if some people, you have to be careful what shows you're going to be on. You got to say no because you're protecting your brand. He's built a monster over there. That thing's well on its way to being a huge channel.
He surprised me one time when he came in my chat.
I don't have that. Like, I'm on everybody's channel. I don't care what you want to talk. You want to talk pops? Let's talk pops. That's bad. YouTube says don't put pop and comic book on the same channel because it confuses your subscribers, that's a bad thing. You need to niche down if you want to be successful. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about
Yeah.
niching down, dude. I collect pops. I collect comic books. I collect action figures, and that's the crap I'm going to put up. And if YouTube don't like it, suck it. I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care.
That's so much me right now. If you watch my channel, you're like, is he playing video games today? Is he
If he
collecting
playing video game, what's he doing today?
action figures today?
I like
What's he
that,
doing over there?
I
All
love it.
stuff I'm doing.
So,
Tonight
and that's why I hope that
football.
there's enough of us as a niche to keep everything rolling and moving. And I know there's more of us out there.
Well, I just did a show this morning. It doesn't even have a title. It's just whatever happens on the wheel. That's our topic.
Yeah.
Hey Remo, when you talk about Reggie collects and stuff, I was concerned about whether or not TiVo wanted to join us for that fun show.
That was huge.
Yeah.
Because I watch his stuff and I'm like, oh man, this dude is, he's up there. You know what I mean? He was on there like, one of us. He didn't care.
Yeah, I've been watching Lords of the Longbox for a long time, even when he had the original channel. So when I asked him about it, I was like, he might be too busy or something like that. He like, man, I'll be down for that, and he'd be down for a hip hop show. So
and to be crazy,
make appearances on people's channels, like really small channels.
Hey, the crazy thing about that whole thing with TiVo is we're from the same neighborhood.
Yeah,
like I never would have known. You know what I mean? Like I did, like you know what I mean. He was just like, oh yeah, I live in. I'm like, wait a minute, and we got mutual friends. I'm sure, like all kinds of stuff. So it was kind of crazy for that,
Well, Bueller's
I made my
another
very
guy.
first appearance on that channel on Thursday. It was the very first time I had ever been invited on the Lords of the Long Box. I was on Thursday's cover price.
I've seen that.
And
nice.
And I'll tell you what, they are no joke, bro.
Yeah.
This is the script.
What?
There's a script. There's a script. There's a read. This is a professional looking production. And when you read this, I read it like 5 times. I was rehearsing it to my wife, and she's like, "Man, who wrote that? That's good."
Yeah.
And if you watch the replay, the way he's got the show set up, I was flattered to be invited. It's the first time I've ever been invited on a show, and it's just another example of 2020. At the end, specifically, was a big collaboration push. I saw a lot of channels just collaborating that you hadn't seen before.
Was that a live show, JB, or was it a?
It was live. I was on it live.
Nice.
On Thursday, yeah. It's the cover price movers and shakers list. The covers and price movers and shakers list. And
I can see maybe my next line is.
Well, the tough part was he was not feeling well, so it was just going to be between myself and Gomez, the comic collector Broski, and we had to divide him up. And he ended up with the longest read, and his read was like talking about, a golden age comic book. So it was a tough read. It was the longest read. It ain't as easy as you guys think, man. Especially when you live, and it's one take. So you just got to hit it on the mark. But the writing was so good. I'm really looking forward to doing it again. He invited me on for next Thursday, so we'll see what happens with that in 2021.
That's sweet.
I also want to give Pup some credit because of him. I've actually started reaching out to more people too. Thanks, Pup, man. I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let on here. I'd be like, hey, come on sometime. They're like, sure.
And I would like to thank Puff for inviting Daryl on because I've sold like 6 books to him. I
was getting my end of the year haul video ready, and I was like, I got this from Will. I got this from Will. It's
all on this show.
Nice.
All on this show.
Nice.
So Will,
The other day you were playing Portal, right? And I was like, he's playing Portal? And my daughter walks in and she's like, oh, there's a Roblox game like that, and she's like, I'll show you. She's all excited. She's like, look, and then so now she's like, I can watch a video with you when he plays games. I can watch games with video with you. I'm like,
hey, I'll be getting on down for not stomping on the Goombas in Super Mario. I'm like, yo, leave out the turtle and then kick me in the ground.
I'm like, are you on a time limit? He just wants to finish the level. I'm like, hold on, there's a star over there if you just go hit that block.
Oh man,
I'm just trying to finish the levels as quick as possible and just
Yeah,
be done with it.
I think the record's like less than a minute.
No, the record for if you use the warps is like 450 something, and if you go the whole game, it's like 1854 or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like my
it's
best time was like 40 some minutes.
It's got like 3 levels per, or 3 or 4 per.
It's 4 per world, and there's 8 worlds.
Yeah,
that goes to show you how much fun we had back then, and also how simple the game was if you just speed through it, and you can do it in under 20 minutes.
My daughter looks at the game and she's
Look,
like,
there's the controller. You've got 2 buttons and a D-pad. That's pretty much what you use.
Yeah.
that's it. My daughter's like, what is that? I'm like, it's Nintendo. She's like, it's not like my Switch. I'm like, yeah, I'll put those things on your Switch.
Yeah.
That way you can play them.
Well, I know Big Will's not reading, new comic book, like New Comic Book Wednesday comic books, but what was the best new comic book in 2020 read-wise? What was the best read that
For
you
me,
had in
Department of
2020?
Truth.
First off, I
Truth.
just don't get to read them when they come out.
Just blow my mind, that book.
The Department of Truth, Strange Academy.
Yeah.
Academy's good.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
It's kind of slow though. It's like I want it to be really, really good, and it is good. It just seems like it takes forever to get through the issue, and then you got to wait for the next issue to come out, and it's like you think there's going to be another issue, and it's a reprint, and I'm just like, come on.
What about something that's killing the children?
Yeah, I was going to bring up something
Right.
killing the children. I enjoyed that.
Once in Future has been
Once
awesome.
the Future was great.
It's been fantastic. I mean,
This series called The Walking
Walking
Dead that just started, that's really good.
which one?
The Walking Dead.
Which one was The Walking Dead?
Starting over.
You know what? Scumbag, I'm enjoying the hell out of what Remender's
Dude,
doing
you
on
ain't gotta call me
Scumbag. I
names.
can absolutely see that being a movie, right? That guy was crazy.
Far Sector's
Um,
good. Far Sector.
I've heard real
Yep.
good things
I
about that.
enjoyed Foster.
A lot of Far Sector. I mean, honestly, Thor had a great run in 2020. Thor was a great read, seeing the evolution of what happened to him. And even this crazy, Thor's been good. Thor's been good throughout.
Yeah.
Venom has been okay, man. He's elicited some new characters.
Yeah.
It's been worthy of the read. But what
Let
about
me
the
ask you-
event?
Let me ask you.
The
let me
X
ask you
Swords
this.
event? Did you
That's
like
what I
it?
was about to ask you, JB. The X-Men books. You've been reading those
Yeah.
X-Men books for most of the year.
I'm dropping them like flies right now.
Me too, yeah.
As soon as X of Sword ended, I started dropping
I
because
didn't even get into it. 'cause
I was
knew-
all in coming out of House of X, Powers of X, and in my interpretation, you gave us, the 10 issues to warm up, to start fast. And then they kicked off all these new titles and they warmed us up again. And I'm like, come on, man, we were already warmed up. You don't have to set the story. Let's jump in. And now that the 10 of Swords is over, I'm keeping just the 2 Hickman written titles. Everything else has got to go.
I was only reading the X-Force, and then I kind of stopped. Right when House or the Ten of Swords started, I was like,
10 of Swords. And
I'm done. I was like, I'm not going to get in. That's why I didn't really want to get into the King in Black, that whole thing, because
King in Black has been good, though.
it's good, though, but I just don't want to do all the whole jumping around, all the buying all
Yeah,
the
I don't want to buy all the tie-ins either, but King in Black has been really good. The first 2 issues.
The
have been
regular
really good.
issue of King in Black is good. I enjoy it. The
Like,
Venom,
Joker.
when it comes to like these Marvel events and sometimes even DC, I just ain't got the money to be buying all them tie-ins. It's like,
Okay.
especially at $4 a pop for most of these issues. I'm like, no.
and I'm
I just
slowly but surely, like
and-
condensing my pool list.
Yeah, like I got
Can
some
I
of the
say that
tie-ins.
Batman,
Huh?
Batman has been one of the best reads in 2020 also. If you guys haven't read Batman, Tinian,
I
from the
thought
point
Tinian
that
did a
he
good
took over,
job.
has kept me hooked the entire time. Even when I felt after issue 100 there was going to be this huge letdown in story because you've built up to this Joker war and how's it going to end? He had to tell a different tale, a Batman on a budget tale now, and again introducing new characters along the way with the Ghost Maker, and I think Tinian's done a fantastic job with Batman in 2020.
I
Yeah.
only have 4 titles on my pool. It's Wolverine, Strange Academy, Department of Truth, and Batman.
I don't have an LCS, so I don't even have a pull list.
The Batman and Beyond was good, but then they ended it. Like it was starting to get really, really good, and then they kind of ended it. It's got the last issue the other day. I was just like, okay.
It's just something because DC is cutting back on their titles.
Yeah.
And some good books were ending.
I thought they would have kept that and like tried to move it over to HBO Max, or the DC platform or whatever on the app, but at least turn it into a cartoon or something. You know what I mean? But that's not.
There was another event that you just reminded me of, the breakup of the Diamond distribution monopoly.
Oh yeah,
happened in 2020, and created additional outlets. COVID helped push that along, but now you've seen these other publishers start to change the dynamic on how they're going to charge for their books and collect. I'm talking about the images and the booms and the aftershocks. Now that they've had an opportunity to kind of, that doors were opened that were never opened before. So that's going to see a big change in 2021 as that moves forward. If DC continues to even print books past 10 titles.
I think they're going to cut back. I think that.
Yeah, I think you're going to get like 10 or 15 titles, and they're going to be like, that's it.
Yeah, I'm worried for the long term for DC.
Yeah,
I mean, like the movie universe is absolutely dying. For me, the only thing they've got really great is animated movies.
Yeah.
But after that,
Well,
there's a couple.
That's their own fault, though. So I don't know if they're going to realize in time to change stuff or not.
I think it's too late. I think they've missed the opportunity to just really start changing things in directions.
I don't know. There's one movie that's going to be coming out that may be the linchpin in the failing or saving of DC, and that would be the
new Batman.
No, that would be the Suicide Squad by what's his face that did Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Because
don't put the Joker in that movie.
Characters type thing.
Do what?
Why do you think that would be the linchpin? I would think for DC to be successful, the easiest home run for them is to have Batman be a huge freaking hit.
Batman's it's
Batman's going to be a hit. Yeah, he's going to be a hit.
But I'm talking about the other than Batman and maybe a Superman movie thrown in there, having other stuff be good. Like Aquaman. I think that Suicide Squad movie will be the linchpin of them taking chances and using other characters aside from Batman and Superman.
But I think Batman has to be good enough to bring in the casual fan, because the casual fan doesn't know who Suicide Squad is or care about him.
Exactly. And if you can introduce
Batman was great. Let me go look into Batman.
But the first Suicide Squad movie made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And nobody ain't.
Here's the thing, though. No one cared about Guardians of the Galaxy. They just knew it was a Marvel movie, and then they watched it and got their friends to watch it because it was great.
Yeah, it was great.
Suicide Squad is kind of the same thing, except for us comic people. No one really knows, but James Gunn directed it, and because of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think that'll bring in people, and as long as it's good, it'll do the same thing, and I think re-energize the DC stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be good. The soundtrack has to be freaking fire.
I haven't watched Wonder Woman yet. It looks great.
I haven't seen that either.
But it would have to be like, I would think Suicide Squad would have to be like visually like as good as the Wonder Woman looks. Now I don't know how the story is, but it's going to have to be something that's going to be really like compelling to make people want to watch it.
According to these guys here, it's not bad, but it's not great.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's too long. It's 2.5 hours, and it's got some spots that drag. And my kids kind of lost interest, which is a tell. It's a straight up tell. If you can't keep a 10-year-old watching Wonder Woman, then you kind of But we got to focus.
Can do better than Wonder Woman. That'll be great.
They enjoyed it.
Yeah. All my friends that are non-comic book people, they love the Suicide Squad. I personally thought it was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
But they absolutely loved
Garbage.
it. I'm a Harley Quinn fan, and some of that was making me cringe just watching it.
Yeah.
It
Dude,
did, man. I was.
It's bad.
I wanted Suicide Squad to see just because it wasn't Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman.
Yep.
I felt like DC focused on, especially Superman and Batman, so much that they kind of put the other characters to the wayside to do Superman and Batman movies.
Yep.
Man,
The movie was so disappointing, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I did not like the fact that, you know, Harley Quinn was the reason why they won it at the end, and that really like rolled my eyes 10 times like I was the Undertaker and shit.
And they shouldn't have had the Joker in there at all because of how crappy they used him. He shouldn't have even been in the movie. And did you watch The Birds of Prey? It's on HBO Max, so I got to see it. That thing was even worse.
HBO Max.
Terrible. One of my friends absolutely loves it. I mean, how do you like that movie?
I don't know, man. But they don't do any of the characters proper.
Right.
I mean, and Black Canary uses her canary cry once. They don't even call it that. They don't even mention that she has it before or anything like that. You know, the other characters are just kind of crappy. As far as the Huntress, horrible. Didn't look good at all. They kept making fun of her name.
Yep.
And they have let's see.
I thought the Huntress was better in the TV show.
What's that Batgirl that had the face covering because she couldn't speak? What was her name?
Dude, I don't even think that scene was in the movie. The swinging on the lightning. I think that was edited out of the movie, guy. I think that's one of those trailer things.
Oh crap!
They did that.
I know Kane is her last name.
Cassandra Cain?
Yeah, Cassandra Cain.
Cassandra Cain was an Asian girl in the movie, and she was like a pickpocket and couldn't fight at all and talked as well, and and was very sarcastic. It was not the Cassandra Cain that they used the name and that was it.
Yeah.
So that movie, you guys should watch it just so you can see what I'm talking about. It was worse than Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
I remember I did not like the fact that I did not like the fact that Harley Quinn was the leader of that group. Like, that made no sense to me whatsoever. If Harley Quinn was going to be in the group, it should have been Gotham City Sirens with Catwoman.
It was over half the movie before they realized, hey, maybe we should team up.
Yeah.
And their reasoning wasn't all that great either.
Yeah.
One of them just shows up. It's like, I'm a part of the team now. And they're like, okay.
Got Broski Gomez in the chat.
What's up, Gomez?
But it did make me want an egg sandwich. I will give it that.
Yeah. I mean,
nice.
I was really looking forward to the Marvel movies though, and those not coming out kind of sealed it for me. I was like, I don't really want to see anything else until those come out. And then, like you said, them not coming out, I kind of feel like they still have to come out. So that's going to push all the other stuff that we're anticipating out at least a year or two, I would think.
Exactly.
Well, they've already got a new schedule out for a lot of stuff with Marvel at the investor thing. They scheduled out their Disney Plus stuff and some of the movies too. They scheduled them out. Like I think it's late next year for Eternals, and it was supposed to be like this
December.
month.
Yeah, this month.
So, I mean, I remember seeing all the merch, like all the Legos, all the figures, all that stuff. That took a dump. And I know I work at Coke, and our whole year was a wash because we were anticipating everything for the Olympics. So we had new brands that were coming out, all the stuff that we were launching for the Olympics, that all that stuff took a poo. We lost I couldn't even imagine how much we've lost because there was so many new flavors we were coming out with, new brands that all took a dump because they didn't get that launch with the Olympics. So
red, white, and blue.
I can only imagine how Marvel is feeling. They got to be feeling it,
Yeah, because they want to put their movies in theaters to make the most that they can make. That's why I feel like Black Widow has lost so much hype. Like whatever little hype it had going into it, it's just
they made a mistake.
Go ahead. Experience of Red Guardian cheap.
Yeah,
That's the only good thing.
Yeah, right.
And they made the mistake of going ahead and showing trailers and everything, and then still moving the movie back. But they showed like what 3 trailers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Black Widow. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, how are you going to hype us up now when it finally comes out?
Yeah.
I think all the movie studios have to change their business model. Like they.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. I think going into 2021, this subscription thing is just going to blow up. It's all going to be about retaining subscribers and gaining new subscribers, and theaters. No one's going back to the theaters until everybody's been vaccinated. That ain't until June or July. So that's another 6 months of online just dominating.
Even the business model for the movie theaters, they might have to start making it to where they only rent it out like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, I told my wife about that. I said, if that is the way to go, because honestly, if you took a theater and our size theaters, which aren't that big, you could probably turn it into 6 luxury suites.
Yeah.
And each luxury suite has a family of 8 to 10. And then you get upgraded food and dining. They're going to have to change the model. It's going to be completely different. Ooh, Jeff is
like say if California changes, I'm only speaking for California because me and JB are in California. Yeah. But if you were to say like you can have social, like if you go to AMC and you socially distance inside of there, you say you have 50 people and you get food and all that, and it's a couple hundred.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're doing that now, right now. I think our theaters are doing a 20 people. It's $250 for 20 people, and you get the whole showing's yours.
Yeah,
the whole showing's yours. You got 20 people, and it's $10 a ticket. It's about the same price, but you gotta, have everybody.
All the theaters here are closed.
Yeah, no, they're all closed here, but they
they're all closed.
Just started like a few months ago.
Yeah.
But I do know Big Will does love watching movies online and not going to the theater.
No, I don't. I love watching in the theater on the big TV, and
he wants to pay $30 to watch it at home.
I am not paying $30 to watch a dang movie at the house.
See, and that's the thing too. Even with the streaming, like they have a few movies. Like I want to watch that movie with what's his name? Denzel Washington. What's it called? Yeah, I don't want to pay $30 to watch it at home. I'm not going to do that. I'd rather buy the Blu-ray, and I don't want to do that. But you know what I mean? Like,
I just watch Mulan, so there we go.
They got to change the pricing on that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can't be like $30 and then it disappears off the cloud or whatever.
I want to know what happened in Budapest.
Yeah. It does that.
Animations. I absolutely want to know what happened in Budapest. You keep teasing or referencing some story. Give me the story.
Jeff.
Good biggie.
Jeff, how you doing, man?
Not bad, not bad. I got some people over. I got my sister over, so I actually got to see her for a little bit, and my niece. So
you snuck away to be on the show.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hold on, I gotta go change my shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, JB, when you was on last week,
you're relaxing.
You didn't get to open up a package.
I didn't. I could open up all kinds of packages. I could also show you off. I'll be honest with you guys. I was spoiled this year, guys. My wife and kids and Santa, they done. Every time another present came out from under the tree and she dropped it on my lap, I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" I think I had more toys than the kids had. I mean, I got all kinds. I got Legos, I got action figures, I got Funko Pops. I mean, I think the kids just thought it were toys. It's nuts over here, man. So
later, Paulo.
I can show you some comic books, man. What do you guys want to see? You guys want to see some stuff? You guys seen this one? The Concept Vader.
Oh, that's cool.
Remember the Mr. McQuarrie was the gentleman who did the concept art for George Lucas. Well, they actually turned that into a series of pops.
Oh, nice.
And here's the Concept Vader.
Right.
And another one is the Mandalorian. Got to get the Mandalorian, right?
Good
The
old
Mandalorian pop in there.
I would say this: his outfit in this season I thought was amazing.
Yeah, with all the Beskar, yeah.
With the Beskar, this Black Series action figures. I can't wait to crack this guy open and get up into him. Black Series action figures.
Dude, I've been wanting.
Dude, this is the worst thing for a guy like me, man. You got the kids shopping for toys. I got the the Avengers. I guess there's a whole set of these now. I'm gonna have to get the whole set where they all circle up into a circle for the Avengers to get one of those. Snap.
I know I'm a bit late for this, but I just was curious. Our theaters are open and they're at 40% capacity, and that's it.
If they're open.
We have Regal, and I think all the Regals closed.
Another zombie. He's already over my shoulder, so this will probably be given away. Actually,
Looks like he sneezed.
did you guys see this little guy back here? He changes colors. I got the little Death Star thing.
Is that
Yeah, it's the hologram thing. Isn't that cool?
Sweet.
And then the kids got me this. I had no idea. And the reaction on this one, I'm going to have to post the reaction.
Whoa. That's going to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
This guy is 1,351 pieces. And if you take a close look at that part right here, he opens up. I mean, they've got the whole seating area in
That's
there.
what you got the girls for, man.
Uh,
To help you with it.
My wife's like, time-lapse build that guy. Time-lapse build. I said, that's going to take forever. And then we got all kinds of little Legos and that stuff. Okay. So we need to open up some comic books. Is there anybody in the chat who sent me anything that I can open up? Okay, let me just check it. Because I got a stack of books over here. Let's just grab it.
Those pops are growing.
I know.
Yeah, the pop collection's getting out of hand.
Yeah. I understand that. I've got well over 800.
Hey,
Jeff,
What?
I got to know. Do you have this?
We'll grab two.
No. I actually don't
the
have it.
Vampirilla autograph?
I don't know.
No.
I don't recognize
have
either
it.
one of those names.
The rare Vampirilla autograph.
I don't have it. Something I don't have.
Yes.
I don't know screen names. So Mr. Benjamin in Boston, Massachusetts has sent me this. Ben.
Well,
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Is that man from Beantown, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know.
Ben from Beantown.
Let's see.
Good old Beantown Ben.
And remember, I'm only buying from they're either on Instagram or they're on YouTube because I'm not buying from like eBay or anything. This is all Instagram and YouTube stuff. There's only one book in here.
Oh.
Package well for one book. No pull tab.
Package great for one book. There's no pull tabs though, and I hate that. And then you tape directly to the back, so I'm gonna have to I gotta perform surgery. Let's perform a little surgery here.
And that's how I lost a
Which I
finger.
hate.
That's how you lost a figure in half of the book.
Is that the
He can fix the finger, not the book.
Yeah, so he has the rare 3/4 cover book.
Oh, this is a gift. This was a win. This is a win from Comic Barricade. Comic Barricade. This was one of those tag 3 friends on Instagram thing.
Nice.
Tag 3 friends on Instagram, which I did, and I was pulled out of the randomizer for that one.
Spanish Weapon H.
Yeah, that's all.
I have no idea. Yeah, Spanish Weapon H. Is that what that is?
Look like it.
Another 181 homage, right? So
Yeah.
a little homage to the real 181 there. So we'll throw that. All right, let's see what else we got. Next one is from Derek Thorpe in Indiana. Derek
on that one.
in Indiana. No, nobody. Bueller? No, not Bueller. Derek. All right, so Derek Thorpe in Indiana sends me a Gemini mailer.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Ooh, we got some stickers. So a great start. Yeah, some stickers in there.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
Got the ladies.
The ladies. All right, now. Ooh, here we go. Oh, you know who this is? This is Tricky Trapster.
Oh,
Tricky Trapster.
yeah.
Eric.
I know who you know.
Eric, Tricky Trapster. This is a lot of books that I bought.
Do we have pull tabs?
No pull tabs. No pull tabs. No pull tabs. But let's see what we got. How about, I know these are reprints. Marvel Superheroes. Marvel Superheroes 20
Rainbow.
center from September. That is a frame. And then Marvel Superheroes over here, but this is October. I don't know if this is actually, let's see. Because if this is a 20-cent October, there's a high probability.
Yeah, it's a frame.
Book. Let's see if this one's a birthday book.
I believe it probably is. Wait, no. October, no.
I think it's 73. Nope.
Yeah.
73. 73. Not a birthday book.
That's not a good-looking Hulk. He looks boxy.
You got
right,
Mr.
well,
White Gloves in the chat, JB. You might want to put some gloves on.
Oh, I better wear my gloves. I got 'em right here.
Because I just looked at the chat. I'm like, oh, I see splash pages here.
I got my official White Gloves ones too. For the next one. All right. Next book we've got here is Captain America 193. I love this cover, man.
Oh man,
Kirby.
Right?
Yeah.
That's such an iconic cover. That Mad Bomb. That's some Kirby. Where's Biggie Shaq? All right. Next up, we've got Captain America 148. I love me. Look at how beautiful that
That's
is.
also a frame book.
Frame book again. Look at the colors on that. That looks great. All right. Next up, Captain America 196.
Nice.
More Kirby.
I read it. 197. Ooh, 197. Looking good. And then the final book from Tricky Trapster. 141 15 center.
what's up, Southern Geek?
What's up, Southern Geek?
There you go. We've got a package from Tricky Trapster and then a win from Comic Barricade.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Nice.
You know, bro, bringing up Kirby, Hollow Mouse had an interesting live stream yesterday where him and Jared Osborne and the guy who was in the chat, Hollow, they had an interesting topic about superpower or superstar artists from back in the day. You know, your Kirby's, your Steve Ditko's, and that Jared Allen measured the Sal Buscema as like a B+ level artist, and that artists that came after him never reached that height of Sal Buscema in terms of getting to that superpower artist. You know, like the old school artists. You know, and then he mentioned the artists from Image that created Image. You know, Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld and all them. Like how they became superstars and then left Marvel to form Image, and that was probably the last time where you saw artists have this, hype around them, this superstar status around them, and that they've been kind of tampering on that stuff from that point on. That you don't see superstar artists get that much power like those guys had. That they was able to band together and form their own company. And I thought it was an interesting topic, and it was very heavily discussed about that, about the artists of the Kirbys and the Ditkos to the McFarlanes and Liefeld, and then after that, whereas you get these artists today, they're B+, but they're not that A+ superstar artists that made impact, that transcended impact on the comic book history. So that was an interesting topic, and I want to just bring it up here on what you guys think of artists that had made impact back in the day compared to today's artists, and how their style.
Ross.
There wasn't enough artists back there. There just
Alex
wasn't
Ross,
enough artists
Perillo,
back there.
yeah.
Back then, where now with the independent comics, and there's just so much more talent and more artists. I don't think any one of them is going to be, maybe 10 years from now when we look back on their body of work, we can consider one of them to be great. But when you're comparing to an era where there was only a handful of people doing comics, of course they're basically legendary now because they were on 80% of everything that came out. So
and the funny thing, he said the corporate structure was different then compared to it is now. So they have more leeway. Like you said, they was able to do more titles and stuff, and that's why their impact was more stronger because they was able to go different styles and do stuff on many books.
Or if you look at what Splash Page said too, that's true also.
Yeah.
I was going to say the exact same thing as well. There's so many just cover artists.
Yeah, they don't do the whole book.
Cover artists.
I mean, has Peach Momoka ever touched the inside of a book?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I like the covers, but I don't know that she could carry a whole.
Yeah, and Perillo.
This has been going on for.
We don't know
if Perillo's been going on for years. Yeah. There have been people that have specialized in cover art for 20 years now.
It's like you don't know what they can do, like the Peach. Can they even do sequential?
Or Perillo?
I mean, at least we don't know Alex Ross can.
Yeah.
We don't know if Perillo can either.
Like back in the day, Ditko would do the cover art and the interiors.
Yeah.
John Buscema did the cover art and the interior. And you had guys that did cover arts but not the interiors, but they knew how to do interiors on other stuff.
Yeah.
So they went both ways, whereas I feel like modern comics is more you got these cover artists that does it. Then when you open the book, the art is completely different. It's like a mid-tier, the lower tier artist doing the interiors.
Uh-huh.
And that was why when I got back into comics, I started reading the Silver Surfer Black, and I kind of took a liking to the Trad more because he did the cover art, but he also did all the interior art. But people were like, I don't like the way it looks. It's too psychedelic and all that. It's like, yeah, but he did the whole thing. He did the whole thing.
Yeah, I would say Campbell did do a little bit of the insides earlier.
Hey, the Big Will. It was great having you on, man.
All right, man.
Yes, great discussions.
Go ahead, D.
I would say like J. Scott Campbell, at least he did do some interiors early, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
And I just, one thing that bothers me about modern books is so often the old phrase, you can't judge a book by its cover, it's so much applies nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have a cover like there was a Detective 1000. You had like Harley Quinn covers and covers of every characters. I'm like, these characters aren't even in the book.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
I will say though, some of those DC books, the DC Black titles, like got some amazing art in them, man.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same with like I look at like a lot of the art in some of the modern Marvel books, like they're not as good as the cover is. It's it's something totally different. It's like they rush through the book just to get it done, you know what I mean, to move on to the next one. You know what I mean? And there's some that you can tell that the artist takes, pride in. I'm sure they all take pride in it, but you can tell some are rushed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just trying to get through it.
Yeah, see, like Senator Mason said, she has a hard time getting into today's comics because of the interior art.
Yeah.
Some books, you see great covers, but the interior artwork leaves a lot, to be desired. Like you want to see good artwork inside the book, and when the artwork inside the book is not as good as the cover, it's disappointing when you pick up a book for $3.99 or $4.99, you get crappy artwork.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
no disrespect to the artist. I know every artist has different styles and stuff like that. But I remember when I first saw Greg Tuccini's art, the artist for Low, I saw it in Uncanny X-Force. And it like threw me completely off. I was used to the artwork that I was reading in the previous issue. And then when I get to his art, it was tonally different. The art style didn't look that good to me, and I thought the characters looked muddy, and I was like, I'm just forcing myself to read this just because of the story. I want to get through this as quick as possible so we get back to the regular artists, And
Yep.
it's like, you get these art changes sometimes that kind of ruin the book for you, and it doesn't measure up to the covers.
I was talking to one of my friends about this very topic the other week, and I was looking at some of his older books, like some of the Jack Kirby stuff, and my thought was, how did this guy? He had to do. You're doing everything by hand. You weren't using computers.
Yep.
Yeah, like a computer. If you make a mistake, you hit one button, and that mistake is fixed. Back then, you had to wad it up, throw it away, and start over. And they were doing multiple books a month, and it blows my mind the quality that they still put out.
Yeah.
And Kirby, he was like a machine at the drawing board, because that's all he did was art.
That's why he's the king.
Yeah.
You're getting yours on me?
But even like Dee said, though, these guys are writing multiple books, different stories, different characters at a time. I wonder if they've ever like drawn the wrong characters into the wrong books, like a DC character into, like different Marvel books, like they have like a character from one book that they were supposed, made it into another one accidentally just because they're trying to rush through a deadline or something.
Like Donnie Cates putting someone from like Redneck, put it into like a Thanos run.
Like, wait a minute, that's
Hey, why did you put a zombie into Thanos?
I hit the wrong button. And I muted myself. No, yeah, because they're playing with my brother's DJ equipment outside. So
I agree, Flash. The art tells the story, and if the art is average to below average, then it's hard to get into the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, man! We got a Raider in the
There he is.
What's up, Hialeah?
What is that?
Today is the
Even if they're not making the playoffs, he's still going to support.
Hialeah, there was this guy earlier.
Hialeah, Carr, yes or no?
The lines were, and look what
I
happened.
still like Carr, bro. I still like Carr, man.
Hey,
I
man.
still like Carr, dude.
Hey, I'll tell you this much, man. John Gruden has liked, not going to turn it into a football show, Puff, but John Gruden has liked, what's his name, from Tennessee for years.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the draft show. He was breaking him down because he wasn't coaching that kid, and he loved that kid. So Carr is gone next year.
Oh, I believe it. I believe he's gone, but he hasn't had a bad year, man. He hasn't had a bad year, actually.
Yeah.
Their defense sucks.
Yeah.
It's definitely an underwhelming year for the Raiders.
Yeah.
It's an underwhelming year for all teams, man.
I knew my Giants was going to stink, but I was like, damn, the whole division stinking. We still had a chance and we couldn't do nothing.
Hey, Remo, the Detroit would be in the playoffs if we were in the NFC East.
I know, right? We'd be fighting with the Cowboys right now.
Hey, I didn't mean to turn it into a football show.
Yeah,
Man.
anyway.
I've been listening to you guys talk comics, even though it's going to be Raider time pretty soon.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, as soon as you came in with the hat and jersey on,
Yeah,
it became a football shirt.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Hey, you know what? I got to enjoy it before the game because I'll probably be crying during the game. So
Hey,
enjoy it now.
I'm not going to say anything else about football.
Hey, I stopped crying about games because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it.
The animation had a point too. Like Friesen's art, her covers have been hot, but not all of the art inside the book is good.
Yeah, it's like you wish she did interior art.
There was a
She has
couple
amazing
of
artwork.
that she did that I didn't like from the Wonder Woman stuff, but for the most part, she is money.
Yeah, when she does those something that's killing the children covers, they just blow up immediately.
Yeah.
Wow. And
By
when
the way, I don't know if you guys are
Yeah.
getting them this way.
look at them, they're the ones that
But get yourself a trade. It's such a better read when you can read this in a trade format,
Yeah.
man.
Definitely.
And 6 through 10 just came out. So and remember, you can end up getting all caught up. You don't got to go get all the individual episodes. Just go get trade 1 and 2. You'll be into it for $30 total, and you'll be up to speed basically because they're on 13 now. So you would only have to get 3 issues. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what I did with the Thrawn. I read the Thrawn trade. Just got caught
Oh,
up.
did you pick this up yet?
No. Oh, that came out recently.
Now, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Jeff, give us the scoop, because
What's
then you
up,
come
man?
to find out. Jeff originally, when he read this, he said he goes, "This is kind of like a knockoff of Vampirella."
Pretty
but
much.
then, as
yeah.
you do research, you come to find out this chick was first.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Your mind is blown.
What year did
Pretty
she come out?
much.
Of? What year did she come out of?
Not actually sure, but she came up before Vampy did, so. But I gotta finish. Yeah, but I gotta finish doing my research on her because I'm gonna compare them both. I'm gonna do a video on comparing both of them, Vampy 1 and this one.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, Joe JB, man. Read it in trades, dude. So much better.
Oh, so much better.
Bro, everything is better in trades, man. Look at
It
I
is.
just got if y'all seen
So now, what's the strategy, guys? What is the strategy? Do I,
I mean,
once
look at this.
pick up
Let me-
the
let me
second
say
trade, you
this.
put 1 through 10 together and sell them?
Yeah.
I prefer this in trade because when it comes to Hickman stuff, it's better to read it in this format. Much better to read it than either singles. And while reading the trade is good, but when you get the whole story right here, the third hardcover, it's much better, man.
That's how House of X
Yeah.
Powers of 10. It was better in the trade than it was.
There we go.
And
I
they
got
put
the-
it in the right
I
order.
got these from Santa. I am super.
Oh no! Do you hear it? Do you hear it, gentlemen? That is the pitter patter of little feet who have not eaten breakfast yet. How long till that door opens?
Damn.
As that door opens, I'm done. So I can hear them pittering and pattering right now. They just woke up. 12 o'clock, man. Kept my kids asleep till 12 noon. What do you think about that?
money.
Hey, JB, before
My
you
daughter
go, I
was
just want
my
to throw
daughter
this.
episode 1 last night, and I was hoping she was gonna sleep in. She woke up at like 8 o'clock. Like, okay, I'm about to. I'm like, man, you need to relax.
Relax, kid.
I'm gonna show
Yeah,
this
they're all
before you
worn
leave,
out. From the whole
JB.
thing. Yeah.
Oh
Ooh,
man!
look at
Oh,
that.
Oh, that's that
Who is
like
that?
that metal sign,
Is
isn't
that
it?
California blend?
You got that? No, you
No,
got
this
that
is
from
the-
before you had 7.
Yeah, this is from his last live stream. I won that as the
Oh,
giveaway
wow.
That is beautiful.
from
That-
Look at that
episode
shine
9.
on it too.
That's sweet.
Yes, straight metal.
Oh,
That's
nice.
awesome.
Ooh.
Man, I see a spot right there. I wonder if it'll fit on the side of your bookcase right there.
Hey, you could.
Hey, Puff.
That's
Yo,
looking good.
We both won because I won this on the same stream. I got this from Damien.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Stop
Look at
rubbing it in because I
All
lost.
right.
I lost both of them.
Ah,
I know that's a nice.
Man,
nice.
I
I'm
won
a
that.
loser.
Florida cleaned up in that stream, bro.
Man.
Crazy.
That was a fun stream to be a part of,
Definitely.
and you know I'm happy for Matt. You know he's been a great guy in the community, man. I was glad to be on that stream.
Yep.
But whenever he decides to make an appearance, man, I can't wait for it because it's gonna be a special occasion. You know, boy who has 7
Yeah,
make a special
for sure.
appearance on the stream.
He posted a few times the last few days. I've seen that. He posted a few times.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my daughter's already got her cowboy boots on again. Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I woke up
My
at
youngest
6
got
o'clock
cowboy boots. She put them on immediately.
Saturdays to get my cereal and my cartoons.
Those boots are made for walking, JB.
Yeah, I can hear him clicking clacking right now, dude. She changed into her pajamas, came down in cowboy boots with pajamas on. I was like, seriously, you need to take them off now. It's okay, you can take them off. And
I've
the
been
first thing I
wanting
hear
to get
somebody
some
clomping
for
down
years.
here is
My
the
wife
cowboy
wants to
boots.
get some. As soon as I get me a pair of cowboy boots, man, it's gonna be over.
It's over.
Telling my wife, I'm like, I want the belt buckle, I want the hat, everything. She's like, I was like, we go to Mexico. I said, I'm buying a hat, a buckle, and some boots. So you need.
Hey! All you gotta do is hook up with Al or Matt.
I know, right? I know, right?
But hey, Hialeah, Jeff, this whole show is based on reflection of what this year is about. So what this year has been about for y'all within the community in 2020. And did Jeff already start?
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Vippy won and then the last one.
Come on, man. Just talk about your experience in the community. On YouTube.
Yeah, your experience to meet all of you guys. Honestly, it's the meet Puff at Tampa, meet Hialeah at SuperCon, and met Steve after MegaCon.
That was like 2 years ago, Jeff.
I know. We're talking about 2020, man.
Oh, well, yeah, but I still went to Miami to see you, and then I still went to Orlando to see you.
I know.
But hey, the highlight is like meeting Beulah for the first time this year.
Oh yeah, Beulah for the first time, yeah.
I feel like 2020, for as down as the year has been and the cancellation of cons, we really made it something special within the YouTube community, man.
Yeah.
I agree, man. Yeah, 2020 overall did suck. Everything that's gone on, we don't need to go over that again. But it was actually made for us. But it was actually made for us on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
I believe
2020. Yeah.
It was made for us, dude. We're at home doing this, and we just got to do it even more. So,
yeah.
If anything, everybody else jumped in with the Zoom meetings and everything else. They just came. They just joined the party themselves. But
yeah.
It is what it is, man.
The new shows created, like you and Steve came together with the Johnson show, and you even brought my brother to make his first appearance on there, man.
Dude, hanging out with D.
He's a regular.
Big Remo, man. He came out of the chat, man. Look at him now. He's jumping all over the place.
I know.
Yep.
It's crazy.
He's like a member of the Common Cold and Roundtable discussion now, man.
Definitely.
I'm like an unofficial member.
You're a hired gun. You know what you are? You're a hired gun. That's what you are.
When you need the big hitter, you bring in Remo.
Yeah, you bring in Remo. You make it legit. You make it legit with Remo.
The street cred.
Yeah, you get the street cred.
And it was funny because we were on the show last week, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
We were on that show until like 2 in the morning, man, on my side. Sean was like,
I know, right?
Like, I gotta go. And then we start talking about something else, and he wake up and start talking more. And it was like 1 in the morning, man.
And that was the same. I did my show, and then I was on the show with Kachun.
Yeah,
Delphi and Kachun. So
and then you were on with them. So it was.
And then I got off with you guys, and G Spot came on, so I had to tune in for a little bit on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's an open mic night tonight for his show tonight.
Say hi.
So
you can't.
So everybody,
Rob jumps on the Comic Con round too. All the time.
Dude, for me too, and I've told D this. Hi. Merry Christmas.
All right, guys, I gotta go. It's breakfast time over here.
You gotta feed me.
Having me. Merry Christmas. Hey, everybody, have a safe holiday today, and don't forget, man, we had a good time.
We had a good time.
Merry Christmas.
Put the pants on.
Hey, I just wanted to. I've told D this, man, but D's one of the reasons I jumped into YouTube. I've one of the first shows I ever started watching, and just to be on not one, not two, I'm even on him with him. I'm like on 3 or 4 shows with D now, and on his channel. That I know this. It sounds like, oh, come on, but it means a lot to me. Yeah. I never imagined when I was watching him that I could call him he's my friend. Now he's my friend. And that's amazing to me, man. It's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Wait, sometimes you meet your idols and they disappoint you.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't.
Hey, I know one of the things I was so happy to have the person on my show was a great legend. And he's a guy I've been following a long time too.
Yeah.
So when I asked him if he wanted to come on, he's like, heck yeah, Sean, I'll be there. and he came on, and it was a blast, man. D was on that show. I think that's the first time he was a legend, right?
That's the first time I met him, and after that, we invited him over to the Conspiracy Podcast, and I'll tell you what, he's got some good ones too.
Yeah, he does.
He's a good dude.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the flat Earth one was pretty funny.
I was listening to the one with he was on about the whole Lincoln thing. You guys had me going, man. I was like,
yeah.
He knows a lot about Lincoln.
Yeah. And for him, but Kennedy was the one he's got for Kennedy.
Yeah.
And
the Kennedy one blew my mind. The Kennedy one blew my mind.
That's the thing I love about
Kennedy's mind.
What I love about
completely, right?
I'm sorry, that was too soon.
Hey, it's been 60 years. I think we could joke about it.
That's fine.
The thing I love about doing these shows is the many topics that we have and we can touch on without just being about comics, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we could just ramble about anything. Hialeah comes on, we just talking sports, you know, football and his Raiders.
Bring it right back to comics. So.
Yeah, you know, but the comics brings us together, and then the friendship builds, and we start conversating about anything, anything. You know, and that's.
Sean, when you told me about, hey, my brother kind of wants to come on with you. Do you mind? I go, hell no, dude. I freaking love that he wanted to be on with us.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, yo, this show is perfect for him because he loves to talk sports.
Yeah.
You know, and you've experienced firsthand how he talks with his sports. You know, me and him are like we know our sports so much that I'll be surprised on other people. Like, damn, Sean, you got the mind of an other.
Hey, Sean be in the chat, and I'd be like, Sean, just jump on the show. Like you're already typing on stuff. I mean, come on, like, what are you doing?
Might as well, dude. You might as well. I'll send you the link.
Hey, I put that show on him, man. I could talk sports anytime on my show, but you know, that's his sign.
I got you.
It's funny. I was talking to one of my friends when I first went on Hialeah's show for the football, and one of my friends was like, "Wait, are you sure he likes comics? Because comics and football don't mix." I'm like, "Dude, there's a lot that like more than one thing, you know."
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, come on.
Music's another one, man.
Yeah.
Fucking music.
Hialeah, you got bad taste in music, but that's okay.
Amazing.
I remember Hialeah saying, "I gotta apologize to Puff, but I fucking hate Ghostbusters."
That was with the Ray Parker Jr.
Yeah, Ray Parker Jr. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Come on.
I started laughing, man, when I was at work at the top of that too. I was at work watching it. I was laughing my ass off.
Damn that song.
Dude, that song, man. It definitely resonates with. It's just like, oh God, man. Do I have to hear that one more time?
Yes.
Hey, what about Bobby Brown's song from Ghostbusters 2?
I'll take that one.
That song is great.
I love that song.
I'll take that one.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
I'm gonna try to buy my boy. It's not legal.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one. I forgot about that one.
I had enough of Ray Parker in '83, dude. That was Ray Parker.
Ray Parker, it was like the exact
all I was able to do is hear some Pointer Sisters.
it was like they could have been like, oh, we can get Ray Parker Jr. to do it.
No, and then that was the same show. It was Party All the Time too. Eddie Murphy's Party All the Time was the same one too.
I love that.
Take care. The winner's here. The winner's here.
You know what?
They talking about fantasy football.
Remo, we're going to leave now.
Got that down.
So, William,
you just reminded me. I got to check mine. I'm in the 7th place game.
Hey, Remo, we scored a touchdown. That's all that really counts.
I know, but I was out yesterday. I was sitting down talking to my wife, and Alvin Kamara had like 5 or 6 touchdowns, and I was like, dude, I hope I'm not playing him right now.
Well, I am playing him.
Yeah.
Like 78 points, man. In my league, he got scored like 78 points, 60-something points.
Good gracious.
Yeah,
I think it was 60
insane
or something.
He had 65 in one of my leagues. That's
yeah,
great.
it was like 60 points, something like that. But then he had a guy from Minnesota who had 100 and something yards and a touchdown too. I'm like,
Yeah, Thielen.
yeah.
Hey, Steve, before you came on, we were talking about how Hialeah had to apologize to me because he hated the Ghostbusters song from the movie on the Start Me Up show.
You're my boy, but I had to apologize, bro. I never let you know that.
He's like, oh, this song is terrible.
Don't take it back. I don't want you to take it back.
I was laughing my ass off. I was like, yo, he's ripping my favorite song, even though I can agree with you, because when you play a song so many times, you get sick of it.
Yeah.
But because I love the movie, the song it doesn't bring in my head.
That's one song that does not translate to the movie. Like the movie is way better than the song.
Hey, they asked him if he liked that. If he liked that song, he says that's my favorite song.
He's like, I hate that song.
Hey, it's not. Okay. Yeah. Worst song ever. I got one that comes straight to mind, and it's not even Ghostbusters. My all-time #1 worst song ever is "We Built This City."
Oh man!
Come on, that was great back in the day.
We built this city on rock. Dude, that is straight ass trash.
I got my all-time most hated song too. The Wreck of the Edmonds Fitzgerald.
I freaking love that song, dude. That's Gordon Lightfoot. That's Gordon Lightfoot. I love that song. My brother's
like, let's play a little Steve's favorite, and he puts it on. I'm like,
I love Gordon Lightfoot. Dude. That's Gordon Lightfoot. I love that.
And he died on the Wreck of the Edmonds
Fitzgerald.
It's like it just drags on. Like a month later, it's still playing.
I love that song, bro.
For me, it was that song by Adele either last year or year before last. I could not stand that song.
Yeah.
It was out there.
You talking about the fire caught the rain or something?
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Puff, you're a big music guy on IG, and that's your thing. What is the song that you really dislike? I mean, you just cringe when you hear it.
There's a couple of those.
Which one comes to mind first? Which one is it? Which one comes to mind first?
Damn, man. There's so many songs running through my head that I dislike. But now, I even said this to Remo now. I can't tolerate Jay-Z's Heart Not Life no more, man. Like, that song. Talk about a song that got overplayed on the radio. Now it's like that shit ain't even aged well, for me. And it's the same for me. Like that was like the album that broke him out.
Yeah, it was like a cheesy song, man.
Yeah, it's a cheesy ass. I prefer anything over that.
Yeah, that was cheesy too.
I know, but at least it had some substance within the lyrics. Whereas
they were like good. It was like he did both songs, and they were like, pick one. He was like, oh, I'll take that one, and they were like, well, the Annie one will sound better on the radio. Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out there Hammer. What was that song? Something like "Pumps and a Bump" or something like that.
Oh man,
that was brutal. I love Hammer back in the day.
Yeah, oh my god, dude!
Say Hammer, what happened?
Hey man,
he made the Bay Area look so bad.
When the 8 o'clock stream, it's gonna be Dolphins and the Raiders tonight. I gotta try to make that no matter what. Man.
Hey, dude,
they both need to win too.
Mine and Chad's teams going against each other, and it was Detroit against Tampa going up against each other today. That was pretty cool, man. How that
was 47-7.
All of our teams win or all of our teams lose.
It all changed on that wrong offsides call in the first quarter. I mean, if it wasn't for that, it would have been a totally different game.
Oh, hey, D, come on, admit it. It changed on the opening kickoff, bro. Just
it changed.
It's 47-7 right now.
If they had to schedule that game, we would have won.
At least it's got 7.
Yeah, that was an accident.
It doesn't have a
broke clock. Hey, what do they say? A broke clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. We already had a sighting. Put me on real quick.
You seen him today?
Yeah, that was this morning.
Say, oh man,
he's ready for tonight.
He's ready for it.
Halle, y'all are going against the Hall of Fame quarterback known as the Tua.
Tuna time. It's gonna be tuna time, baby.
I find it funny that y'all set up this live stream, with y'all battling each other and all that. And I spoke to Jason. He's like, man, I feel like the one out excluded from this because I got no play in this.
It's playing earlier.
Man. Come on, bro. It's just we're just hanging out.
We'd be talking smack and
be there because my God. Every call that's bad. Oh, they're cheating us if this shit.
That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be hilarious.
You'd be trolling 90, yo.
I know 90 is one of those dudes that's like, hold on, I'm watching the game. Don't say anything, I'm watching the game. Like I have a friend that when it's like that, he'll leave. Like we'll be watching and he'll get up and he'll be like, I'll see you guys later. He goes home and watches the game. He's like, I'm watching around you guys. My team's losing.
My team is always almost losing in the first half every damn.
Man.
They can't do nothing.
I don't even complain anymore, man.
I'm the same way, man.
I don't even complain.
I don't either, dude. It's okay. It's all good. It don't mean nothing. It's nice if they win, but it don't ruin my day if they lose. It's no biggie.
Oh,
hey, that I guess that's why I don't feel stressed out like I used to when it comes to sports because my team has been losing so much that I know when to tune out because because I'll never forget. I'll never forget the day.
Shit, we ain't won him so long.
Hey, I'll never forget the day I was at my most stressful, and that was that damn game against the Eagles back in 2009 or 2010 when Deshaun Jackson took that kickoff, ran it back for a touchdown. We were up like 30 points. We were up 31-7, and these guys came all the way back.
All the way back.
and I'm sitting there getting stressed the fuck out because I was about to go take a nap. I was like, oh, we winning. We up 31-7. I'm going to go take this nap. As soon as Mario Manahan fumbled the ball and the Eagles recovered, I was like, oh, shit, this ain't good. And then they scored. They kick an onside punt and recovered that. And I was like, oh, come back and one. Michael Vick kept evading our tackles. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting stressed the fuck out, man.
Can't let that happen, man. You can't let that get to you anymore. It's...
Hey, that's why. Hey,
what's that team? What's our home team? Hey, she's talking about something. I know. Is it Ajax? What's their home team?
Hey, when I went over to see Chad today, he was watching the Arsenal Chelsea game. That's what he was watching. He's a big Arsenal guy.
Hey, it's football.
Yeah.
Nah, that's right, Splash Page. You're right.
I'm a Cavaliers fan. College football is not that good either.
No, right now.
Yeah, I was raised in New York, so we didn't really have an established college football team.
Syracuse,
Rutgers.
Man, I'm talking about in the city, man. Like
Hofstra. Banker Bet.
I didn't pay attention to those teams compared to the bigger schools.
Hey man, I used to during my internship, man, I used to love going by Hofstra's campus. Hofstra's campus and NYU, man. Woo! Yeah. Nice.
Aussie Rules. I do like watching some Aussie Rules football. I mean, those guys.
That looks like it hurts. That's the only one that looks like it hurts, man. Those
Well, you watch rugby? Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like they run head first into each other. Yeah. I can't. With no helmet.
Yep.
And there's like one guy who'll have the things on over his ear, and it's like, why is he the only one?
Yeah.
Everybody wearing some type of protection. Like, I don't understand, man.
I remember back in the 80s when ESPN first come on, and they had Australian rules football.
Yes.
And I fell in love with it because of the officials. When the ball would go through the post, he'd come running out and then run back.
Yeah.
was like, what is this game? It was great. And they put it like a circular field.
Okay, kick it out. Yeah. Oh, it's good. I'm like, what the hell happened? He scored. How many points?
Ajax.
That's a great name. That's a great name for a team, right? Ajax.
Ajax.
It's Ajax.
Yeah.
I like it. For me, it's Ajax.
Hey, that's not the guy from the Deadpool movie?
Yes.
I think Ajax.
Oh no, Ajax was one of the guy in the war.
I'm thinking of that cleaning supplies
Yeah,
bit, man.
Ajax.
I'm thinking of the cleaning supplies.
No, he was one of the warriors in the movie The Warriors. Ajax was one of the warriors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was
He's the guy that got caught by the
handcuff. Yeah.
Hey, look,
Was that Willem Dafoe?
Ajax won't take it off. You don't remember?
Was that Willem Dafoe in that?
No.
That's what James Remar.
Yeah, Remar. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Gans in 48 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, you notice he was the same guy. No shirt, jacket.
Yep.
He also was in Sex and the City.
Yeah, he wasn't that. He was in a couple of movies.
Yeah.
Tell me you did not just say
on the
that.
Black Lightning TV show.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah, he's the guy. He's a mentor in Black Lightning.
Hey, check out this, guys. I got this from Fresh Princess the other day. The G.I. Joe #8.
Oh,
Canadian price.
Nah,
That's
awesome.
cool.
The Canadian price variant.
75 cents.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she also sent me this Leonardo book.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah. The one shots.
Yeah, I love those old one shots.
I had those when they first came out, man, and like, I don't know what happened to them, man.
Then the Marvel 70 years, Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #8. Reprint.
Nice.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Hialeah is probably sick of the title, but yeah, Ghostbusters is there.
Well, that's cool as hell, though, man. That is cool as hell.
Hell yeah.
She also sent the Batmobile.
Oh, that's cool.
That to me, I think either that or the Back to the Future DeLorean would be my dream cars.
Those are the two.
Yeah.
Those are the two icons to me as well. I think the Batman one trumps the Lord.
Yeah, but right now I got the Fred Flintstone car the other day,
Cool.
and then they have the land speeder from Star Wars right now too.
Yep.
I haven't found that one yet though.
That's awesome. I had the land speeder way back in the day, and I don't know whatever happened to it.
It's somewhere in my parents' attic somewhere in the box, I'm sure. I got the big G.I. Joe Blackbird, the jet.
Mm-hmm.
I got that one somewhere. It's like up in the rafters in my parents' garage or something.
I'll be going up and getting that shit.
Remember when we was on the comic call, Remo? We was
Hey,
talking
no
about
one else could be up there, Remo, that you just slipped your mind. You're like,
like,
My dad used to do stuff like he'd be like, I threw it away, or he'll like, if it's not mine, I throw it away. And I would look up and I would be like, that's that jet. And then I would be like, as an adult, I'm like, that jet is still up there. There's like sheetrock over it, so I know it's still up there. He just, because my dad wouldn't bring that down, he just hammer something over it. You know what I mean? It's still up there. Like, I ain't bringing it down, man. I'm just put the sheetrock up over it. You know?
Remember when we was talking about past Christmas presents on the comic call show?
Yeah.
You know, and I brought up the Police Academy house set. They had to find. A lot of people forget that Police Academy had some toys.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I remember the
had
movies.
the police Academy set, and I used to play the hell out of that until like the 90s and stuff. I don't even know what happened to that shit, but
I think I had my own.
They had the little dude on the scooter talking about this is not
yeah.
If
Yeah.
you don't like it, you can go around.
I think I had Mahoney in the shorts.
Yeah.
He was done.
I had so many. We had the G.I. Joe set. You know, I had the base that they brought for me. My fucking cousin messed that whole thing up. But.
I remember I had the big jet. I had the remember Deep Six, and you would pump them up, and it was like a submarine. You go in and you pump them up, and you come back up.
Yep.
And then I had a bunch of the figures, and then yeah, man, I used to love those, man.
Sean, he used to be your cousin. Ever since that happened, he's been your fucking cousin.
Never just the cousin.
Yep.
And then when you bring it up, you're like, man, you know, you did X, Y, and Z with my toy, man. Man, let's not talk about that.
Like 30 years.
Like 30 years. Back now.
It's like, you know, like I still have a little grudge for it, but then, you know, it's all love, man.
Yeah, it's all love, but you can pay me back. You can go on eBay and go rebuy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all love now, 25 years later, but about 5 years ago, it was a lot more.
Yeah, at least 5 years ago.
I still got my Alvin doll, you know, of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Right.
But Simon the Theater is MIA because my mother gave my brother to take down to Virginia to see family. Man, when I went down to join them, Simon and Theo were butt naked. They ain't had their shirt on or nothing. Like, where they clothes at? Like, you don't know. You like,
I was trying to see if their shirts, we could they could wear each other's shirts.
I was like, what the? I never got them back because they stayed down there. The next time I went, they ain't come back. So
you don't want them back. Now, let's just say you don't want them back.
Hey, as long as I kept Alvin, I was good.
Oh my goodness! That's
I don't want them back.
You don't want them back, but you don't know where they've been, dude, or what they've been doing. You don't know what they've been doing.
Exactly. You don't know what they've seen. You don't know what those things have seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I was like, what? They done did the Simon the Theodore. That's disrespectful, man. Oh, man. But those are the days, though.
I was looking at all the stuff. I was, my daughter, she's 8. So, like, I think of all the stuff that, like, when I go to the store, my daughter's like, oh, buy me this. And I'm like, I'm not buying you that. But then for the most part, it's like whatever she asks for, we get. It spoils her, right? Then I think back of, like, that's now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go back to when I was a kid, like buying, like, a G.I. Joe. Like, these things were, like, probably, like, $1.99, $2.99 at the Woolworths, right? Yeah. I would beg my mom. She'd be like, no, I don't got enough money to buy that. Like, it's $3.
No matter what it was.
I don't care what it was. I mean, hey, it's $2.99. Or I remember those little, you remember the stompers? You put AA battery in them and you turn them on and they would just drive, whatever. Yeah. I remember my mom being like, I'm not buying that for you. You go collect some cans and you go get more. I'd be out there finding aluminum cans so I could go get a damn stomper, man.
Dude, I remember going to the 5 and 10, and they used to have the original Star Wars figures. They were like $1.99, something like that. And I'd just be staring at those things, and I know I got like 2 or 3 of them, but I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, just buy one, please.
Give me that.
Yeah.
My dad wouldn't buy them for me, but he gave me $5 to go for lunch to go to school every day.
Yeah.
You won't buy me a toy, but you give me $5 for lunch, and that's not. I have so much money left over. It's like a quarter for lunch.
A lot, man.
Yeah.
It's like $5. Like, Dad,
$5, man. Like, you know what I'm gonna do with that $5, man? I ain't gonna.
Milk and a graham cracker is like 75 cents.
Exactly. I mean, not only if I asked too many times, not only did I not get the figure, but I did get a beating.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
My mom would stop us outside of Kmart and be like,
"Stop asking me for that toy."
My mom would be like, "Look, before we get in here, don't ask for nothing.
Yes.
Yep.
Not ask for anything."
Yeah.
She'll be like, I'll beat you where you stand. Do not ask for nothing.
Yeah, you got the warning before you were in the
Yeah. We get inside, I'd be seeing all these toys and be like, oh, man.
Remo, you ever
I just want one of them.
Lavelle Crawford, you ever seen us get by him about going in the store?
No, please. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, his mom said, before we get in here, she laid all the rules out. He had to repeat them. She goes, if you ask for a toy, what's gonna happen? 2 chops to the throat.
Yeah. For real, man. My mom would be like, I remember one time she told me, she gave me and my brother the whole spiel, and then we got inside and I forget what it was. I think it was the lightsaber. Remember the one that would go boom boom? Dude, I asked for that lightsaber. Dude, she left the basket full of everything, grabbed us and took us, and we left, and dude, we got home and she beat the tar out of us.
Damn.
She left that whole basket full of shit. I was like, oh no.
Hey, Remo. So she left everything, got in the car, and took you to get a beating. Did you guys utter a peep on that drive home?
I remember my brother was pissed because he didn't ask for nothing.
Dude, you guys had to be terrified. You guys had to be terrified on that drive home.
It was like probably like a mile and a half from home. Dude, my brother was like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, he was just like looking at me like he was just terrified. So my mom beat our ass, man. And my mom's like 4'11", you know what I mean? My mom's like a little lady, and she beat the crap out of her.
Yeah. This was my mom going home.
That was the precursor.
Like, how are you driving, beating me, looking at me?
Yeah, my dad didn't get home until like after 5. So
you get home too.
It was either you got beat by my mom, or the worst thing was, I'm gonna tell your dad when he gets home. My dad would be so tired that he would lay into us, man. Like, I don't want to have to deal with this when I get home. He would lay into us.
The funny thing is, I feared my mom more than I did Dad.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he gave us whippings, but it was light compared to Mom. Like, Mom, I ain't stood no chance. I was like, I'm gonna be my nicest. I almost pissed off because we went to Conway one time, and you know how when your mother goes to Conway, she looking at the clothes and stuff, and it takes hours.
Yeah,
and she won't even let me go to the toy department downstairs. And you know, I'm getting restless, you know. I'm like, I don't want to see all these clothes around me and shit. I'm like, let's go to the toy department. It's like, man, she gave me one look when I kept complaining. I shut my ass up. And I was like, I ain't saying nothing because I know I ain't trying to get my ass whooped in the store because that happened before.
See, the bad part about the Kmart when I was growing up was my mom would go, like you said, she'd go look at all the clothes and everything, you know, a couple blue light specials, you know what I'm saying? And then on your way out, you had to go through the bikes and then all the toys, the records, you know, the electronics.
That shit up just to get you beat, Remo.
That was when you get beat at because you're walking through, you're like, oh, there's that. Oh my God.
Don't say a word.
Dude, she had a basket full of stuff. I remember like it was yesterday. It was a basket full of stuff, clothes. And I don't know if she knew she didn't want to pay for it or whatever, but that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. And when we got to that line, I remember going down like all the toys past them, and then there was like the bikes, and then there was that one row where they had like all the BB guns and stuff like that. And there was a lightsaber, and I remember saying, "Oh, I think it was a yellow or green or something." And I remember saying, "Oh, the lightsaber! Can we get the lightsaber?" And she was like, I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" She was hot, man.
Hey, I did a scene from a movie with my BB gun, and I never got it back. My brother, my best friend, was outside, and I pulled it up, and I pointed it at their feet. I said, "Dance!" And they wouldn't dance, so I shot them. Right? I shot them. I had to because they wouldn't dance, man. I told them the rules. Man, she took that gun. I never seen that gun to this day. Man.
Dude, my dad kept us with a BB gun and a pellet gun until my brother killed like 3 birds one day. I came home and my brother was like all depressed. I'm like, what happened? And he took me. He was like, "Come here." And he went to the backyard and there was like 3 birds. And I was like, "Man, what'd you think? Like, you shot a bird? Like, what do you thought it was gonna bounce off of him?"
Hey,
Remo, you the big brother?
I got a funny one.
Remo,
I
you
got
the big brother?
No, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest?
Yeah.
I got a funny one.
Like all depressed and stuff. And then my dad was like, "Oh boy, hush." He just
No. I hit my grandmother in the thigh with a BB gun before. Not on purpose either.
You remember the BB guns? Remember you would
you would pump the hell out of it. So we pumped the hell out of it. I'm like,
But I had a pistol that had it looked like a 45. Boy,
Mine was just like the regular Daisy.
Yeah. You would pump it.
Click. But you would fill it up with, you could fill up the top or then.
So Jeff, what happened afterwards, man?
No. What happened was it wasn't me. I wasn't the one holding the gun. My brother was the one holding the gun.
But
no, my aunt. And they were pumping it. My aunt was always curious about those BB guns, and she's from Hong Kong. It was a while back, so she pumps it. I go, don't pump it too hard, and don't push this. Don't hit don't pull the trigger. All I hear is trigger goes, and all I hear is my grandma scream. I go, ah!
Oh Lord!
I got a whooping. He got a whooping. But my aunt was halfway up the stairs.
Yeah, she's like, I'm out. And you remember? The Black Eyed Pea, or we call them Black Eyed Pea games? It was like you take a 2-liter and you cut the balloon. You put the balloon over the top and you pull it through, and then you put tape and you put the bean inside of it, and you can pop.
I remember those.
No, man. I've never heard of that one, dude.
Yeah, we
heard of that.
Yeah, we used to get in trouble at school making those, man.
Drafting class, they had to put the little protractor things. They had to do your circles and stuff.
Yeah,
it had that little sharp end on it.
Oh yeah.
He would pull that end off, and then we had a brush to sweep our erasers up.
Yeah.
Take that and then we tape it on and make a dart. Man, if your ass was like that in class, boom, that dart hit you in the middle of the hand.
Yeah.
Dude, do you
Go
ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
We used to get in trouble in school. Remember when we used to take those plastic spoon forks?
Yeah.
You use it to flick somebody else's fork and break it?
Yeah.
Man, that shit flickered into somebody else's eye, man. It's like,
pencil fighting?
Pencil fighting, especially.
Damn,
with the knuckles. With our knuckles. Pencil.
Do you guys remember there used to be these rubber things with two steel things, and you used to wrap them around your books?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys have those? It was like a rubber band with these two little clamps that closed it, and you would.
Oh yeah.
Bro, we used to get that shit and freaking hit people. You would get it. Bah!
It's like a clamp, right? You put it around and it holds it. Like a hook, like a clamp.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, it was rubber. We used to hit people with those things.
Oh, we got.
So did you guys ever do anything at your friend's house that got them in trouble?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I actually witnessed the mother beat the friend right there.
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
I had a remote control car. It was one of those like little slow ones. So we put like 4 little things on, so we'd go around it like a racetrack. Mm-hmm. And after a while, that gets boring. So we were like, how about if we put a little baby oil in each corner? So now it's drifting through the corners on nice wood floor.
Oh no!
Yeah, we put firecrackers.
For that.
We put firecrackers on ours.
Animation wants to know who's my favorite female guest on the show, and I'm expecting her to think for me to say her name.
That would be the smart choice.
That would be the smart choice.
It would be the smart choice, but I said it earlier in the show that my favorite show of this year was the episode where I had the black females on.
That was a great show, man.
That was a great one.
And just talking to them about it. But I enjoy all the female guests on the shows.
Yeah, well, Robert wants the all-female one for a late night one.
So. I wouldn't doubt it. I would too.
And he only invited redheads. Oh,
yeah. The redhead wigs, right?
But the show with animation was fun.
Yeah.
You know, that the show with the black females, that was awesome. Now I'm hoping to do another one with that and get more females on the show. I had Flicks, JoJo. Yeah. She was great. Delphia was on. And of course Lady Fantastic. You know, it was great having her on.
Lady Fantastic, her name fits her perfectly because she is fantastic.
Yeah.
She knows her stuff.
But she's such a good person too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what she put down? She blocked.
It ain't up there yet. What's she say?
She said blocked.
Hey, you know what? Sanimation has my favorite comment of the year in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
When she got after Jeff for like, do I gotta listen to the same story for the third freaking day in a row?
Yeah. Oh no! Do you have to see the Vampirella again the third time in a row?
That was
that run Jeff had
all year.
those books.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was the funniest comment all year.
Hey, one thing I have to say, when Sanimation get the AOKs from us or something, man, those are great reactions, man.
Yeah.
Like I love her reaction videos when she opens up AOKs because it's awesome with the stuff that we send to her, and she just like she have a hard time finding in the Netherlands, and we help her get them. Like I know she can't wait till she get that first appearance of she.
I know. I can't wait for her to get it either.
You know what's great too? Her and Vivi going at it. I
love
it. Her and Varangian, I love their going back and forth, bro.
I loved her when she was talking about that guy. He ain't never.
Yeah. The late night show where he goes, oh, he ain't never seen a girl before. This is the tame version of that. What she said.
I cried laughing, man. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Definitely got a unique sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She ain't got no filter. No.
She ain't got no filter, bro.
That's what makes her stand out, you know?
Yeah.
No filter. She just tells it like it is.
I remember one time she apologized to me for something she said, but I was like, man, I ain't taking it serious, man. It's all good.
Yeah.
And we got thick skin.
All right, guys, I gotta take off because UVA is about to start playing. Going against number 1 Gonzaga, so that's probably gonna be my second loss for the day.
But I can't wait for 8 o'clock so we can see the battle.
I know, right?
Tua versus
Tuna. It's tuna time.
Tuna time versus the Raiders.
All right, guys, thanks for having me on again, man. Sean, I always appreciate it. Always have a great time.
See you later, D.
See you later, D.
See you later, guys.
Hey, I did get a book, Sean. I showed one of them, but my daughter got me this.
Ooh, nice. Very nice.
Yes.
First Nebula, I think it is.
Yes,
that's cool.
I didn't know, and I mean, they're pretty good at getting comics. I got to give them credit, man. They get some first appearances. They must do a little bit of homework somewhere along the line. Know where they get this shit from, but
my kid got me 2 books. Can I show them?
Yeah, sure.
I think I got to ask for permission to show. I'm like, man, come on, man.
I got this. Oh, this nice silver black.
Nice.
Hey, I love that cover. That's my favorite.
Bradshaw variant.
Who was that? Which variant?
The Bradshaw variant. Silver black number 1.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. You see Galactus back there?
Yeah.
Pretty badass. And I got this. He actually went to one of my sons went to my LCS, talked to the shop owner, and she suggested this.
Nice.
God damn, boy, you got hooked up too.
Dude, I got hooked up, bro. My kids
9.8. Hey, look.
My
one I got too, 9.8.
My kids did good, man. They did really well. I was so
know
happy.
what 9.8 is. I'm surprised.
So happy, man. Freaking knocked it out.
Yeah, you know, I finally, I didn't catch that show live, but I finally watched the Beulah episode where he talked about his time in Florida and stuff.
Yeah.
And he kind of ragged on you, Steve, for that burger that you couldn't finish, man.
Hey, man, that thing was giant, man.
Hey, John, do me a favor. Mute his ass. Mute his ass, John.
Don't mute his ass.
Mute his ass. You're going to hear the real story, John.
I'm going to
Mute
tell
his ass.
Let me tell it.
All right, go ahead, Steve. You go first, and then
I got the under construction burger, and it you could add a patty. So I added a patty because is, Sean, you were there, and so was Jeff.
I wasn't there, man.
That patty we got at the con, I could see through it. It was like,
yeah.
It was like this paper. Look. So I said,
Yeah.
I bet you too. Man, that burger was that thick, and then so it ended up being that I couldn't bite it. I had to
deconstruct it.
and they was on me, but because I couldn't finish all of it. Man, I would have never finished that burger.
Man, Bueller had a damn milkshake and the burger.
Bueller said, "Man, one thing's for sure, they don't let you starve in Florida."
Okay, now it's my turn. Okay? I had the pleasure of sitting across from Steven, trying to see him eat this burger, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
And number one, he should have known I wasn't gonna take you to a place where a freaking paper thin burger. Okay, you should have known that. You ate with your eyes when you saw that menu. You added a patty. The patty was thick as hell, but then the vision of seeing him eat that was horrible, bro. It was just horrible. He ended up taking out the patty, eating the patty by itself. It's like he was like a little freaking 2-year-old, never ate a burger. And Sean, the best part, we're all finishing up, right? And then it's like, we're looking at Steven. It's like, dude, I know he didn't freaking eat that burger, dude. And then you saw his little tray. It was just full of paper and all this.
Napkins.
He had like half the burger underneath, and he was like hiding the shit, like if we weren't gonna notice. Bro,
I ate all the patty. I ate all
the Hey, Steve, I feel you on that because sometimes when I can't get something, and I cover it up with paper.
Bro, but dude, come on, like we weren't gonna know. Bro.
Hey, I'm guilty of that. I'll admit it. Sometimes I feel like, damn, I could have ate that. But hey, at least I know when I come down there to visit y'all one day, I ain't gonna eat no breakfast. I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna say, I know how they're gonna take us that burger joint. I'm
gonna take you to that burger joint, bro, because that burger joint, hey, no lie, that was fire, bro. Those burgers are fire. It was good. Fucking fire.
Yeah, come on, Eileen's talking about food.
Bro, that place is good, man. It's a real
it
good
was.
place.
Yeah, it was
good. It was super good.
But yeah, that was
normal. It was good as hell, man. I never ate a burger with just the patty to be tasting that good. I didn't even put ketchup on it. Nothing.
It's a damn good place, bro. They put on. You could put on a whole mess of different things and make your own. They got a whole mess of weird ingredients, man. It was so good.
Is it a chain or is it just
I think there's two of them. It's called Burger Stop.
It was
Burger
good.
Stop.
Hey, we were full all the way to like 10 at night. From
yeah. We were full.
I didn't eat again. I had a small breakfast and I just ate that, and I was good for the rest of the day, man. It was so
we were too.
Got a couple snacks on the way home. We didn't eat dinner. We were hell.
Steve, okay, I don't know how Steve drove home after that because he was out, dude. He was just done.
That burger wrecked me, man. That was like
it wrecked all of us.
Everybody just wanted to go take a nap and stuff.
It was one of those.
Yeah, dude, knocked everybody out.
But like we said, Remo, I hit the blood, just hit the blood, and I was
Eula was complimenting you, Steve, on driving the whole day.
Yeah, I drove everywhere, all over, man. Me and Hialeah's like, the best lane is the middle lane.
Hey, I gave you good directions, though. My directions were on point, bro. We had
better than mine.
With Tony,
my directions
were on point, dude. I would tell you, okay, stay here, and I would tell you, okay, now change lanes, and I had to play down, dude.
Yeah.
No. It was your favorite lane was the middle lane. No matter what you said, stay your ass
in the middle, man. Stay in the middle. Keep it simple. Stay in the middle lane, dude. You're good.
But I think that was like the great closer to this year was Bueller coming down.
Yeah, man.
And him getting to come down and see you guys since y'all couldn't make it up. That was
so cool, man.
That was amazing, man.
The next plan is for me and Steve to pick your butt up and go see them down there.
Yeah, man.
You're going.
And I'm ready for back up, man. There's a ton. I want to go to Orlando and go with your stories, Sean. That's what I want.
Yeah, we just meet Orlando because, man,
that
damn Kissimmee store was fire, man.
Yeah, that Kissimmee store had a bunch of stuff in it.
That store you got, I'd be at that store every week, Holly. It's like they got they got it set up so good. You just pull out it, you pull a stool up, you go through whatever you're looking for.
That's what we need to do, man. Go to Orlando and hang out with Puff one day.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm all for it, man.
Yeah.
I'm all down. I'm down.
That Saturday when Jeff, Steve, and Javi came up, it was a great day. Like I had planned to visit 4 to 5 shops, but once we saw Sci-Fi City had 25 cent books, we did like 3+ hours. Man.
If Javi had his way, we wouldn't have left that store. Javi,
Javi would probably still be there, man. Javi would still be there, dude.
Yeah.
What's up, Damien?
Hey, the best thing about Javi is he knows everything about every book. He's like, these are the best books in here, and he'll show you. And if you don't get them, I just get them. I mean, he's doing all the work.
Yeah. Javi knows shit, dude.
Yeah, those were great times.
I gotta link up with Javi, man. I think he's still out here, right?
Yeah.
He's there permanent, dude. He's there.
He's permanently out there.
He's there to stay.
All right, yeah, I gotta get in touch with him then, man.
Trust me, you go hunting with Javi. It's that
whole day. Make sure it's the whole day.
Right there, that he is dedicated to digging in them long boxes.
Yeah, I'm only gonna take him to a few places at each time.
You're not gonna go to a lot of places, dude, because he'll be there and he'll go through everything in that shop.
So yeah, there's a few places that I know have a lot of long boxes.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is what I liked about Tate's. I got this, and they got the name, they got the variant, what it is, where it came from.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And then they got the little Tate's thing in the back.
Yeah, I like that.
They were good, man. That's a good ass store.
Hey, you guys were impressed with that store, right?
Yeah, we were. I was.
And you can't even tell from the outside when you go in there, dude. It's massive.
Hey, because before you said how big it was, Jeff says, "Man, this place doesn't look like all that." But we didn't know it went all the way up.
Yeah, we didn't know it went all the way back. We opened up the door. We're like, oh.
And it's not just the way. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not my LCS. It's a good store and all that, but it's like a destination. It's the way they got it set up that's very impressive, man. The setup is amazing.
Dude, when Who Dat came on and he was at his LCS,
yeah,
that store was amazing, man. Oh my god, man.
Tate's got that beat. Tate's got that blazing beat. Tate's is like, holy shit! It goes all the way back and then upstairs.
Those are just wall books.
And you know, I love when people come on and they had shops like Biggie Shack when he be at his store digging for comics. That's that episode where Matt was at Dave's and all those short and long boxes that he was going through, all those variants and stuff like that. I was like, damn, you need to go up to Georgia and raid them. You know, Who Dat with his store. I like, can you imagine like Jeff be saying we do like a tour of get together and just do a comic crawl and hit every shop like you were doing?
Yeah.
That was good. That'd be fun to go see.
We'll rent an RV and we'll sleep in the RV and we'll just go.
Yeah, because that's what he plans on doing. Bueller said he's selling his house.
Yeah.
He's buying an RV and he's going to come all across the United States and go to every store, all the comic book stores he can go to.
Dude, that sounds like a dream, dude.
Santa Mason said we should come visit her in the Netherlands and see how awesome everything is. I can't imagine it, and that'd be a nice.
Yeah, the only thing with that is I would be at the coffee shops. I don't think I'd make it to any of the.
We might get stuck somewhere, Remo, right? We might get stuck at the first place.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you guys go ahead. I'll meet you later.
3 hours later, where's Remo? Still at the shop.
Still at the coffee shop. He's not at the shop. He's at the same table.
Yeah.
The same spot, looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, they got mushrooms too. Yeah,
I'm gonna say shout out to DK Cosplay. What's up? And we are joined by the Godfather.
Hey guys!
Hey.
Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Christmas, man.
It wouldn't have been right if you'd have come on, G-Man.
Yeah.
I would have had to make a special appearance tonight at midnight if this shit didn't come on.
Well, 1 o'clock our time. Don't forget, Steve.
We're gonna have an open mic. So, just real quick, we're gonna have an open mic tonight. All you guys are invited if you want to come on. I'd love to see you. I want to show you something.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
This
It's
is
great.
just for my brother that's sitting right here on the bottom there for Steve. I want to see what he thinks.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That is badass.
Nice.
That's the
Oh
vinyl.
man, we got to reverse that and put He-Man.
Yeah,
out.
man. I was like, damn, Skeletor.
My boy's got a parachute. I know he does.
It was really
That's
cool.
a record. That's a record.
That's a record. The whole album's in there.
Oh man, how badass is that?
Let's see how the
whole
record
album's
looks.
in there.
That's badass, man. Damn, where in the heck did you get that?
Hey, G-Man, is it a plain looking record or is it like one of those?
A picture disc.
Oh, it's a regular freaking record, man. Awesome.
Now you need a record player.
And dialogue, huh?
My mother-in-law might have one.
You can get
If not, we could take you to Nerd Out, and they got one record store right across the other way from it.
Yeah, they sell those.
Hey, you can get at Target, man. They got record players at Target.
Hey, next time we go to Nerd Out, I want to check out that record store.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really
me too,
cool.
for sure. I want to go there, man. I've never went there all this time.
Yeah. They all grew up with each other. They all know each other. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Leah. Hold on. I want to show you something. I want to know if I want to see your taste. Do you remember Lauren Hutton growing up as a kid?
American Gigolo, yes.
The one with the space between her teeth?
Yeah, she had the little gap.
What did you think? What did you think when you were a kid? Did you have
She was a model. Yeah, she was a model first, and then she went into American Gigolo.
A buddy of mine sent me this.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Friggin' so pretty.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. And then for Miss G, he also sent her this.
Oh boy.
Oh, a tee. No, Fur Fawcett.
Yeah, and a signed copy of it too.
Oh wow.
Nice.
That was for Miss G.
Do you guys know where she got what her first part was?
Oh, wasn't that Saturn 13?
No.
No, it wasn't that
You're
one.
close though.
Oh no, it was Logan's Run.
Logan's Run.
Yeah.
Logan's Run.
Yes. See, I
Logan's
knew.
Run,
Logan's Run, dude.
Hey, sweetheart.
Totally.
He said, "Get some Springsteen for Rob."
No, please, no, please.
Every time it comes on the radio,
that is. I'll be honest to you guys.
Hey, Rob, we were talking. What was like the worst song we ever heard earlier? Because I was telling how he said Ghostbusters was his most hated song.
He said
I know, Rob. Bruce Springsteen is the worst for you, man.
Oh, listen. There's only one person on the planet, and I know what Bruce Springsteen is who he's trying to sound like, and it's Bob Dylan. And he's no Bob Dylan. I like Bob Dylan.
I like Bob Dylan. I love Bob Dylan.
But I don't know. There's just something about this guy's voice. Every time I hear it, it's just like, oh. At work, the guys all tease me and they'll crank their stereos up every time he comes on. I have to ring this away.
Okay, on this anniversary of the hating of Springsteen, what's your favorite Springsteen song? Hi, Aaliyah.
You know what? I'm not a Springsteen fan either. But there are a couple of songs that I really like. One is Tunnel of Love. The other one is Philadelphia. I love those two songs. They're slower songs, but that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. I'm not a fan. You know who I hate? Dude. Who gets me like that? I mean, I gotta change the song the minute. I cannot hear another Bon Jovi song, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's just that
Next time I got Kylie tucked in the back seat, I put on the Kid Rock. I'm throwing out that Bon Jovi. Best greatest hit.
You know, it's funny about the Start Me Up show that how many people hate the songs that I really like. I'm like, God damn, man, I'm just sliding this dude, man.
Too, Sean, me and you, they're like whining his
you know what
ass.
I think it would start me up. I don't think it's personal. I think that sometimes people get in their mind they want a specific year to win.
Me too.
So they skew their answers towards that. It's not even all dislike the song.
Right.
They just don't want that year to win.
Oh yeah. You're right. I never thought about it that way.
If that's going to be the deciding factor on your answer, then that's which way you're going to lean, because by what year it is. Because
I still can't believe the hate that Kim Carnes got for Betty Davis Eyes. And that is one of my favorite all-time songs, man. And people hated on it, dude, but it's an amazing song.
Oh, it is. It is, totally.
Freaking love that song.
I think that was one of the episodes I fell asleep. But I think I bet it for. I think I voted for Betty Davis Eyes.
Yeah, dude.
I think my wife was like, "Why did you vote for that?"
Hey, my favorite Bruce Springsteen songs are like Hialeah's. They're not the main stuff, because I heard that so much.
Yeah.
But you ever heard 10th Avenue Freeze Out?
No.
If you hear that one, you got to hear that one, Hialeah. That's a badass song, and it's a lot of sax in it.
Nice.
And the other one is Hungry Heart, because he sings that. That is really good, man. Hungry Heart.
That song is great, but you know why that song is great? It doesn't sound like him. It sounds like Eddie Rabbit. It sounds like Eddie Rabbit on that song.
Yeah, he doesn't have the gravel on that one.
Yeah.
It's a slow song.
Yeah, can you believe what's it? Who was it? What's going on?
I don't know, man. I don't have like there's not music I hate, but I don't understand the hype. Like with the Beatles, whenever I hear Beatles songs, like I don't get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's people that are
not my favorite either.
They're just like, oh, it's the Beatles, the greatest songwriters.
But I get why they were good and all that. They got good. Their songs are good, but
there's some good stuff. I can admit it, but just like there's some people that are just like, hey, it's sacrilege for you to talk bad. I'm like, dude, they're not all that great. Like, they're good songs.
They were a boy band. They were a boy band when they started. They got into
but you know who we're missing is Little Boat about this arguing about Beatles.
Yeah. Joining us for this argument only, Liz.
Their second half of the Beatles, I freaking love it. The White Album, Sgt. Pepper's. Freaking amazing.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. There's certain songs that I can deal with, but there's some stuff.
He would.
That early stuff, they were just cackling. You know
what I think of the Beatles? When I think of the Beatles, I think of that Saturday Night Live skit with Eddie Murphy saying he was
exactly, yeah. I see the humor in all that.
Let's get together and steal all the Clement songs.
Yeah. He's like, that's me in the background, man.
I love you, man.
All the ad-libs.
Hey, Hialeah, I guarantee if you listen to 10th Avenue Freeze Out, you go, damn, I didn't know that was that song.
I might know it. I just don't know the name of the song.
You know too much music not to know what the song.
I probably heard it. I just don't know the name.
It on the saxophone on that one.
There's all kinds of songs that I know and I don't know the name of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then when you hear it, you're like, I don't know the name, but then when you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. I did a show on my friend's channel, Young Bucks, and we did like the top tens of everything for this past year. I didn't know one song that came out this year that was in the top 10, dude. And then the number one song was WAP. I didn't know what the hell WAP was, bro. I had no idea. And then over Christmas, dinner, Noche Buena, we had all the kids, and I was like, I told them the story. I didn't know what WAP was, and they all turned and looked at me.
Hey, that sounds like what happened to Remo.
Bro, I felt so old, dude. I felt so old.
You got to see me in the car when those songs come on, and I have my daughters in the back, and I'm like trying to turn the channel real quick,
Yeah, that's like me turning the channel back in the day when I went by what's his name, the purple dinosaur.
Barney.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If I saw him, I go. I go, we saw Barney. I'm like, no, please, God, no. He's seen it.
I remember the song where he said, "Let's get together and kill Barney."
Yeah. Right?
Oh man, I hated
funny,
that. I'm sorry. My son loved that damn show growing up. And I had hired, I went all the way. I love my son so much. I hired a Barney to come to my house, literally. And he didn't show up. So I went out and dressed up like Barney. And I had to come in like Barney. With my son.
You gotta do it.
Yeah, man.
If you have footage of this, I gotta have it.
I dressed up as Barney for my son. Yeah, I was like,
Barney was gonna be here by hook or by crook. He was gonna be here.
At that point, G-Man wanted to kill Barney with the rest
oh
of
God, you have no idea.
And it's funny. I show my daughter. I'm like, remember you used to cry to watch this? She's like, And mine was only 8. She's like, I never used to watch that. I'm like, you're crazy. These shows are recorded. These are all for you.
Who was worse, Barney or the Teletubbies?
Teletubbies. Because there was more of them.
Hey,
I like the Muppets.
Barney, you just had to hear the song once, and you're like, all right, it's done. We can turn it. Yeah, that's right. Teletubbies were jumping around and stuff.
Hialeah, one time, this was a long time ago, my wife asked me to film the baby shower, our first daughter, right? And so I'm filming this shit, right? And I didn't know that when you wasn't filming or holding it up, I thought it kind of went off. Because I was back there going, when is this stupid shit gonna get over? Oh, I heard all that trash.
It's just like in the living room.
She's got it. She kept it.
Oh my God!
It went off once I put the filming part down.
It's like you gotta remove your finger off the button.
Oh man!
Shit going, damn, and this has already been an hour of my life.
That reminds me, man. I remember my dad came home with a video camera. Dude, that shit was so big.
Yeah.
It was.
I remember that.
It was like you were a TV. Filming for TV, man.
Yeah.
With the big VHS tape in it.
Yeah, the JVCs. I remember.
Got it somewhere.
Yeah, the zoom and the wide, whatever.
Yeah, the button
right on your face.
Right on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep. Then you had to have the special VCR to copy it to tape.
Yeah.
Or you plugged it into the TV. Yeah. And you had to watch it from.
The shit you used to have to go through, man. Those little baby tapes, they wasn't playing shit.
Yeah, the little high 8 tape.
Yes.
I remember we got in trouble because one of my friends, he used to always he would carry this big old duffel bag, and he'd have the candy from like Costco, and he'd sell candy at school illegally. So he sold candy for like the first couple months, and he bought. Remember when they came up with the little VHS cameras?
Yeah.
He bought those, and he would bring it to school all the time, and we had a senior trip, and we took it, and we were filming stuff, and I think it was after school or something. He filmed a fight, like some guys got in a fight, and he recorded it. Dude, they came looking for him, like, you have to take. You recorded the fight. And I was like, dude, erase that tape, man, because one of my friends was like, man, erase it or else we're going to get in trouble. He's all trying to erase the tape.
Bro, imagine had we had these damn smartphones in our day.
Oh, boy. Thank God we did it, bro. Thank God we did it.
I mean, the stuff we would have recorded during school time.
Just in the locker room during PE.
Oh, yeah.
It's the stuff that
hey, I can imagine somebody recording us doing wrestling moves back in the Attitude Era.
Grade school, I would have gotten so much trouble. I had this science teacher. She was a redhead. Beautiful.
Oh, boy.
I got in trouble. No, I got suspended for a day. I got in real trouble. I had those penny loafers were really popular back then.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just a boy, and I was already, my hormones were flying, right? And I was like in love with this science teacher. I was giving her apples all the time. I learned a lot. But one day,
I bet you did.
One day, I got a little smart, and I put mirrors on my penny loafers.
I remember that. Bring the
He busted
Holy
me.
Christ!
He busted me. She
Hey.
looked at me. I'll never forget it. She looked at me and she went, "Now, Mr. Gelb, go sit down over there."
Hey man, I swear I would have thrown my foot up on the chair.
But she didn't get mad at me, but she just smiled.
She knew exactly what that was all about.
My mom and dad, oh man. I was grounded for a month.
But I had a teacher like that, man, and she was a redhead, and she had she was pretty nice, you know.
Yeah.
And she'd come and rest them on your shoulder while she was teaching, like we'd be asking, or she would put them on top of your head. And we'd be all like,
The grown up.
Whoops.
The other day.
You'd be like, yeah, what was 6 times 3 again?
Oh, man.
He would be looking back, and she knew what was up, man. That was funny, man.
Yes, there's a good one.
You remember? Did you remember 3 o'clock high? The kid got in trouble for
yeah,
his teacher. He said, man, he was talking about he read a porn book. He says it was a good read. He's trying to get an ISS.
Yeah. He was trying his hardest to get
doing everything
right?
to get there. So he could miss that fight at 3 o'clock, but
Yeah.
they wouldn't do nothing.
She was like, "Now you're fine."
He could put a switchblade in his own locker to get caught.
Yeah. Man, that dude was psycho looking though, man. I would have been doing
dude. That guy was psycho, man. I wouldn't want to go against that guy at 3 o'clock.
Hey, remember he paid the big guy to go and hit him, and he beat the big guy.
Yeah, he killed the guy. Didn't he break his finger or something? Didn't he get his finger?
He grabbed him.
Broke his nose. All this shit.
So good.
That was a good ass movie, man.
That was,
I remember
man.
they all bet on him. The one dude gave money because he bet he would last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I knew you were solid, Jerry.
That was funny, man. The dude grabbed him and he broke his fingers. He was like, "Oh shit!" And then he knew he had paid him. He knew he had paid him too, so he was just like, "Oh yeah."
Like I am screwed now. Not only am I gonna get beat up, and I'm going to jail because I robbed the library. Remember, he robbed the library.
Oh yeah, he took all the money. Yeah,
paid him from. And then everybody bought a piece of paper and gave him all the money to give it back.
Yeah, he got the money back. Yeah, my pencils and stuff. Yeah. And then all he had to do was show up and take a swing at him, and dude was like, "Oh, okay, all right, you do, bro. I ain't gonna beat you up."
The dude came back and he went like this and he just dropped the money.
Yeah, he had all the money.
Just dropped it and walked up. Never seen him again.
Yeah.
That dude was creepy though, like you said.
Yeah, that dude was a psycho.
Hell
Looked
yeah!
like a Neanderthal. His forehead was off.
What got him in the fight? He touched his arm.
Yeah.
When he was taking a piss, remember he put his arm. He goes. He looked at him and said, "This shit ain't going."
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, what do you think about that comment that Sanimation made? You watch those videos?
I've seen some. I've seen a couple of them. I'm more into tune of somebody who wasn't raised in that era or born listening to that music, going back and listening, reacting to those videos, and actually having an appreciation for it, or enjoying what they heard. Because it's something that.
Yeah, but I kind of agree with it. I don't believe that they've never.
If they never heard it, then
that's fine. Yeah.
Some of them have genuine reactions. I don't watch it all the time, but I could see if somebody reacted to a Big L video and they only 21 years old.
Yeah, but I want it to be if it's clickbait, I don't like getting duped. I want to see the general.
Hey, I'm not going to sit here and say I heard every freaking song that
no.
time. So I might react to some Bing Crosby that I never heard of and something like that.
See, my reaction would be like, "You've never heard of this song? What planet are you from?"
Yeah,
I never heard of.
Guys say they've never heard Michael Jackson's "Beat It." It's like
that's different. That's different. Everybody
25 years old, you never heard "Beat It." Come on.
Hey, Reba,
I'm going to start doing it with all the songs now because I haven't heard any of them. I don't listen to them.
We got a guy in the community named Perry that ain't seen every movie, and now he's reacting to all these movies.
Exactly.
And we were getting on him saying, "What? You ain't never seen this movie?"
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I mean, I can understand that because like we tease on Hobby. There's movies Hobby hasn't seen.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a lot
Hobby
of
has to
songs.
watch Side Bandits. He's like, I don't even know what
There's a lot of songs that I've never heard. To be honest,
I think it just depends. Like, there's certain ones you can tell. You're like, come on, bro.
So I'm finally getting caught up with videos. I'm just starting to watch finally the whole season of Game of Thrones. Finally,
Oh boy.
starting to watch that.
Well, you know
Yeah.
Coming
what?
out with a new one, right? A
Never
new
know is
season.
is 90. He don't know none of the football players we've seen, or he ain't seen nobody. He's like, who the hell is Ray Guy? I'm like, God damn, he punted the ball.
Dude!
That guy.
Bro, I used Reggie Roby, an ex-Dolphin, on the freaking thumbnail.
Down.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. I thought he would at least know who Reggie Roby was.
I know, man.
But I mean, it's understandable. I get it.
It is.
Like I said, I get it.
You might can equate it to that. You know what I mean?
But like you said, Sean, like I've seen videos of guys who are in the hip hop community and they're like, first time seeing a Big L video. It's like, come on, really? Like,
bro, look, are they really checking for Big L videos? Their parents raised them on Big L videos.
Or if they're saying like I never heard Biggie's Juicy before. It's like, come on, man.
Come on, dude. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
it's the ones like that I'm like, wait a minute, I don't believe this. This is clickbait.
It's clickbait. You know, some of them I believe, but most of them I don't watch because
it's like, because you know,
yeah.
you're like,
you ain't never seen a Biggie video, then like I'm not gonna watch. I'd rather watch the ones that are unknown or wasn't like major hits. They were hits, but like more minor hits.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. When I'm saying the ones I don't believe are like if they say they've never heard Michael Jackson's "Beat It" or something. I'm like, dude, you're 30-something years old.
Oh, she's talking about the Bee Gees. What was the people reaction?
There was a long time there though.
Bobby Caldwell. All the reactions that they saying they never knew he was white. I'm like, what?
Well, I get it.
I saw a concert of him in the late '90s, and I was like, what? This dude's white?
I remember when my mom told me he was. And I was mind blown, but that was like in the 80s. You know what I mean?
Who are you talking about, Sean?
Bobby Caldwell. What you want to do for love?
Who's Bobby Caldwell?
Oh, you talking about Bobby Caldwell that sings? I want you. Yeah. Hey, now that is for real, man. Yeah. I saw two little black dudes do that, and they still never saw him. So they still
because he never was on covers back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They play his songs on the R&B radio all the time. Yeah. People never check to see who he actually looked like.
Hey, in the video, you seen him, Remo? He's sitting on the bench in the dark, and he comes out of the dark into the light.
Hey, it was like me when I heard Boss. When I found
Boss Skaggs.
Boss Skaggs, another one.
It was the same thing. I was like,
Boss.
I was like, what?
He did the.
I was like, what? Okay, like, you know, and I'm just like, all right, but I mean, that's why I say I get it. You know what I'm saying? But
see, I knew the Bee Gees was
white. They didn't have videos, so it was like
I knew the Bee Gees was white. You know. That was common. I knew the Bee Gees was white, but I'm like, if you ain't know they were white, then
they were all over the TVs when we were
Who was it that sung in the Bee Gees, the one with the voice?
Andy.
There was a big controversy about him not actually singing like that. I'm like, what? Yeah, they had a big controversy over that for a long time.
I'll never forget Michael Jackson saying when he put out, I think it was Working Day and Night. He says, wait till the Bee Gees hear this shit. I remember him saying that. That was his rival. The Bee Gees were the ones
they were all three of them could sing, bro.
Yeah, they could sing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that was they all had the voices, man.
Yeah.
I watched somebody react to the Milli Vanilli Girl, you know it's true.
Oh,
that video is so cringeworthy, man.
When the record was tripping on it in living color.
Hey, but no lie, dude. Milli Vanilli, when they came out and nobody fucking knew, they were fucking cool, bro. Because everybody fucking loved Milli Vanilli until they found out, bro.
On fire.
They were on fire, bro.
And that stuff still happens now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't care what anybody says. You'd have to show me Mariah Carey singing. I don't believe that. I don't believe that she sings. I don't care.
Nah, she can
I
sing.
have to see her live.
She can sing.
I'd ask you. When's the last time you seen her sing? You haven't.
Oh my
That's
God.
why.
Is this going to be a topic for the
This is my conspiracy.
Mariah sing?
Doesn't sing her own shit. I believe there's some other girl in the background kicking ass, and they put her pretty face up there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true, though.
Yep.
I tell you, man. Like I said, only certain videos I watch. Like I watched one brother that reacts to nothing but 90s underground hip hop. Like if he gonna react to the Ultramagnetic MCs featuring Godfather Don,
That's fine.
no,
I get that.
but any of the mainstream songs, I
That's
don't
what
check.
I'm talking about. That's the stuff like when I see people saying, "Oh, they're reacting to Juicy for the first time," or "Can't touch this," or you know what I mean. It's like, it's on Doritos commercials. Like, you've never heard of them.
Yeah,
Like I get it. Like if you say you've never seen the Avengers, there's a bunch of movies in the MCU I haven't watched. I just sat down and watched Civil War the other day. You know what I mean? But I can have a reaction video, but it's like, I mean, really? Like,
By the way, I'm really confused. How does this? What is the difference between HBO on Amazon and HBO Max? That's not making any sense to me. I wanted to watch Wonder Woman last night.
It's on HBO Max.
yeah.
Aren't they part of the same thing? They're not part of the same thing.
No.
No, they're two different apps.
Very
Yeah.
confusing.
I
Yeah.
think The Boys is on Amazon.
Yeah, boys are on Amazon, but Amazon offers HBO on there, offers
That's what I'm
Stars,
saying.
offers
That's why
all
it's
the
so
other
confusing.
stuff on there.
Yeah. So it's like their umbrella. You can watch those apps under. If you have Amazon Prime, you can get HBO Max.
Oh yeah, for a couple extra bucks, you can you can watch it,
Or
but
you
you
can buy
can't.
it by itself and just have Apple or have HBO
Yeah.
as the app. Or,
What about if you have HBO? Can you get? Is it easier to get
Free.
HBO?
Yeah, you could get HBO Max. Yeah.
If you have HBO already, you can download the HBO.
They wanted to double charge me. They wanted to double charge me for HBO Max.
I
I
thought
already
they were,
have HBO on my Amazon. I pay for that.
yeah, they're
that
supposed,
extra
it's supposed to be the same thing.
No, it's not. Because
it's not?
anytime, every time. That's why I've been confused. My buddy John has been telling me the same thing. I'm like, dude, it's not there. And then last night, while I was on it, I noticed it on my TV, HBO Max. When I went to go look at it, they had something total different lineup, and it had a lot of the HBO stuff, and it said it's supposed to be number one. What are you going to charge?
It's
me,
Warner.
$35
It's
a month or what?
It's Warner It's Warner Brothers. It's pretty much the DC Universe thing. It's just they changed it to HBO Max instead of calling it the DC Universe again. So
Because
they just
Because like Wonder Woman, you can't get on the one.
Nope. You have to get HBO Max.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that makes more sense. So you're actually part of the DC Universe thing. That's what that's all about.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, have you seen how good the Brooklyn Nets been looking?
I haven't been paying attention, man.
All right, well, yeah, you
It's early, man.
boys
It's
would
early.
light it up.
It's real early. But I tell you, the Warriors look like crap.
Who?
The Warriors look like crap.
Bro.
Yeah, they
They
can't.
look bad. But
got
dude,
it.
Weissman looks okay though.
Yeah, but
Isn't what's the name still hurt though? Clay Thompson.
At times,
he's out for the season.
Yeah,
But what's his name? Kelly Oubre is like 0 for 10 in his first 2 games with 3-point line. That ain't gonna work, man.
Nah.
Ain't gonna work.
That doesn't look nowhere near.
I hear you, Danny.
And they were saying, oh, he's gonna average like 30, 40 points a game.
Without Clay, it's a whole new ball game, dude.
Yeah, man. And it doesn't seem like he's all that enthusiastic about being out there playing.
Hey, he needs to take out those cornrows. That's number one.
That definitely
Hey,
that.
hey, G-Man, there's been a lot of talk on the Mandalorian final episode about.
You see this? You see that, Steve?
Yeah, I was reading that.
Fake. It's all fake. She didn't sing it. Look.
I want
You need to do a TikTok. You need to do a TikTok. To Mariah Carey. You need to do a TikTok.
This is whoever does Mariah Carey, me doing Mariah Carey, but I know someone else is singing.
You need to do Mariah Carey TikTok on a skateboard drinking a Monster.
Yeah.
Fantasy like the girl in what was it?
Fleetwood Mac.
Rush Hour. Remember the little?
Yeah.
That's who I always remember that song.
Right.
Girl singing that on Rush Hour. She was killing it.
So you ever see those videos and it says like where are they now, and then they show like what the people look like? They had like a thumbnail of her looking like some old like model girl with like a bikini on, and I was just like, wait a minute, I clicked that, wasn't even in the video.
No.
I'm like, that's not her.
Yeah, but a lot of people, Rob, been talking about. I watched a lot of shows on the Last Mandalorian. Everyone, a lot of them are like, "Oh, Mandalorian, ooh, he flies with a rocket pack, ooh." So I was like, "Golly, boy, there's some haters."
You know what blew me away, Steve? Yes, my buddies, some of my buddies here watched the Mandalorian that last season. They didn't even watch the ending credits, and I go, "You guys, you didn't see the ending credits? You didn't go through the credits and wait to see the preview?" And they're like, "What?" I go back and watch it. Right at lunchtime, they're all on their phones. What?
Hey, but you know what? That happened to me. I didn't watch it, and when I called Chad and we were talking about it, he goes, "You didn't watch the end credits?" I go, "No." And then I went back and it was like, "Ah!"
I'm sorry. Hands down. That this whole 2 seasons of
They made him
Mandalorian.
look like a boss though, and they're like, one of my buddies at work's like, "Oh, I wish it wasn't him, it's someone else because he had the mystique of being so badass." I said, "They showed him being badass."
Yes.
You know, you're talking about, oh, the mystique is gone. Man, come on, man.
It's fine. It's just fine.
I will say that I would have rather the guy put on the Mandalorian suit and get the hell out of the Wonder Woman movie for me, because I was disappointed.
Oh yeah.
All right, did you see the new Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah, I was disappointed, man. It's okay.
Okay.
It's like in the middle of the pack for me in terms of the list of DC movies, but I wasn't really feeling it.
It's not as good as the first one.
Hey, one of those good producers like, Favreau, could he turn a DC movie around? I wonder, could he put out something?
Dude, let him stay in Star Wars. Leave him alone.
Leave him
alone, dude.
He's
fine where he's at.
Could he? What do you think? Could he do it?
Maybe, probably. I don't know if he's that big of he might not be that big of a fan, so he might not. You don't know.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna fix it. They're fixing all
Gee, you're gonna watch Game of Thrones?
Yes, I just got into the second season now.
The guy that plays the Mandalorian, he's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I know. I heard that, and also,
he's
you know what I've been
he's
really
one of my
loving about
favorite
Game of Thrones?
characters. He's one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones, man.
Totally forgot. Oh my God, there is a lot of redheads in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
He is like, "What are you watching out here?" I go,
I agree with Sanimation. I thought the first Wonder Woman movie was good up until that reveal of Ares, and that
yeah.
Right.
Like everything before that actually kept me engaged.
Right.
This movie, I was struggling to stay awake in the first hour.
What?
What is it dealing with? Is it dealing with their past?
Like Discovery was saying, the kids were even out of it, man. So if you know the kids are getting out of it, you know our attention is not going to be there, man. So it's like.
Have you watched Spartacus before? The series, the Spartacus series.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I heard it's crazy.
Dude, that's badass, Dahlia.
I saw one scene that they go into like a brothel and all the shit's going on, and then they start going in there and killing everybody, and the spear.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the hell is this,
dude? That shit is crazy. Those dudes are crazy in that movie, man. In that series.
That was a great series too.
That was really good.
Yes, it was.
You got to watch that, highly. All that.
Yeah, I got
Really good. The
Spartacus.
what was it? Yeah, Spartacus was
I think
awesome.
I've seen the first couple seasons of Spartacus,
It's
but
pretty good. It's really good.
because it was around that time, like Spartacus, yeah, Games of Thrones and all that stuff
Right.
on the same time. But I did enjoy Spartacus.
Guys, I'm gonna jump out, guys.
Buddy,
See you later.
happy holidays, buddy.
Happy holidays. If I don't see you guys, happy New Year.
I'll see you at
Peace,
Cuba.
love, and peace, love, and you know what Biggie loves, what we all love.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys around. Be good.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna jump out too.
Biggie, no, Remo.
Yeah.
When you get the opportunity, I already paged Puff. Make sure you IG me. I want to talk to you.
Oh, I'll stay on. What's up? Is it
No,
prejudice? Something?
offline.
Oh,
Just IG
all
me.
right, you guys. I'll talk to you
All
guys
right,
later.
man.
See you later.
Let me ask you two these questions, Steve and G-Man.
Yes.
Despite everything that's happened this year in 2020, how was it for you in this community, you know, in terms of YouTube, comic community and all that?
This shit was awesome.
This shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
I
out
have to
with
say
y'all
it's
made it
awesome.
not so bad. You know, imagine if you're cooped up and you didn't,
Yeah.
you know, my damn game was broke, lightning hit my TV. Man, I'd have been like going crazy, man. I'd be banging my head. I'd rather be at work.
I've met a lot of wonderful people. You know, Sean and the guys at the round table, those guys, I love their show on Saturday when they do that with Al and those guys. So I came across a couple of new people, which has been fantastic. So it's just, it's really nice to see the community as a whole
Growing. It's actually growing. Yeah.
and all having the same interests. It's so much fun.
Yeah, man. I met a lot of people, a lot of cool people for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
It wasn't the you know, the cons getting canceled, all that sucked, but my Lightning won the Stanley Cup. I got a grandson this year.
Yeah.
You know, it was a lot of ups and downs, but
Yeah,
Got a lot of grails this year.
Yeah,
dude.
the worst. If we can get rid of these damn things,
it'd be nice.
I want to have a mask burning ceremony.
Hey, man, those some nice custom masks, though.
That'd be his second video. That'd be his second video on his channel, Burning Man.
This was pretty sweet, Sean. Got the Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America.
I'll put that in the plaque, put it on the wall, and said, "This was 2020, the year we want to forget."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a whole, for being in this community, it was a really good year. You know, despite what happened around it. You know.
Yeah, there's been a lot of ups and downs, but you know, one thing that's been really nice, Sean, is we all could talk about it. We all could communicate with each other, and it just makes us that much closer. Makes us appreciate each other a little bit better, which is awesome.
Like how Leo was saying, everybody else was jumping on our bandwagon, like the Zoom meetings, the the StreamYards, because we started this thing, and then all the
whole Heat series with Chad from my house and his.
Yeah.
He had a big screen up. I was watching it there and here. We were talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to 2021.
Hell yeah, buddy.
You know, I'm still like, if you guys will go, then I'll go to the land show.
Oh.
Thinking about going.
Yeah. We should go. Yeah.
When is that?
That's January 17th.
Yeah, that shit's not but a couple more weeks.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
kidding.
Hey man, I think this weekend coming up, I got to work the whole weekend. That's gonna be good.
I got to work the whole weekend too, so we're all good.
John, you need to ask for that overtime weekend.
Yeah.
I ain't getting no OT, man. Like I said, it was just that one stretch I got some OT, and that was because they was short during the day shift. But.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but yeah, so because what was it? Wild Mercury Comics is got some stuff for me too down if we do go. So because he's one of the guests on there.
You're a wonderful animation. Come on, you know.
Yeah.
I can't wait till she gets my damn box. It's been almost a month.
Can't wait till she gets
It's
Sean's in my box.
Mine's still stuck in customs. I sent that to the same
Another
time.
box. I got it boxed again for the third time.
Oh,
I sent one to Magic Lasso and ain't got there yet either.
Well, yeah, it's during the holiday, so I'm not surprised.
Like probably 70.
That's why I'm gonna mail out Sandy's after in the new year.
Yeah. No, you're
'Cause
fine.
I was like, I ain't trying to go to the post office.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is
Yeah.
really slow. Really
Yeah.
slow.
But I can't wait till she gets that first she. Anyways, I actually read through it. I actually looked through it. I actually read through that book and to see where like where she made some appearance and stuff. It was pretty cool. So.
But yeah, I'll probably jump on G's show tonight.
Okay.
I mean, if it's an open mic, I
Yeah,
gotta
it's
be up for that.
Thank you guys. Yeah,
It's open mic night.
Open mic night. I got to jump in and talk some trash, man.
Cool. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
all
we're gonna.
good.
I'm gonna go ahead and end the show right here before somebody jump in and try and extend it another hour. But yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in on the last show of 2020. Peace out.
Yep.
Have a safe weekend
Yep.
and happy holidays, y'all.
By the way.
Y'all gonna hold stuff up, man. Now I'm a Canadian Price variant G.I. Joe. Thanks to my friend. Hey, before we get off, Steve. Steve.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Anika's birthday, Fresh Princess' birthday, and she's doing the live stream. You know, her Brown Girls in the Rain book club. So definitely be out for that.
In the chat and write a whole bunch of happy birthdays or something in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I'm all down. We'll all do it all together.
And that's exactly it. Don't forget, comments above everything else, man.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.